Hello, everyone. Good evening. How is everybody doing on this evening? Okay. I see a lot of you all came up in here early. I got an interview today, so we're going to try to make this a great interview. Okay. We're going to try to make this a great interview. Okay. Um, let's see. I see he's on time. Actually, he's early. Praise the Lord. I can see him in the back studio. Okay. Of course, you all know that I will be interviewing a Memphis rapper and producer, Mr. N. And we're gonna talk to him about some things about his career, about some of the people that he's worked with. We're gonna get into a plethora of questions. Okay. Um, hey, let me bring him on up without further ado. Let me bring Mr. N on up. How you doing, Mr. N?
What's going on? Can you
So,
hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
All right. What's
You're
up,
not
everybody?
you're not nervous, are you?
No, I have a full day every day. I have a full day
Oh
every
well,
day.
I can imagine. I can imagine. So do I. But hey, I'm glad that we are able to finally do the interview. Hey, shout out to all of the fellow Memphian. You were born and raised in Memphis, right?
Absolutely. Spent 30 plus years of my life in Memphis. Absolutely. I
Mhm.
went to elementary school in North Memphis. My grandmother lived in North Memphis and I grew up in North Memphis.
Okay. I don't know why I thought you grew up in Orange Mound.
No, one summer when some things happened, and one summer I came over to Orange Mound via the guy everybody knows from this whole situation, quit, and I met a host of different people, man, a lot of great, good people in Orange Mound, and Pressure World, MJG, A Ball, and Crunchy Black was up at Pressure World. I said, well, hell, this is where everybody hanging out at,
That's
you
what
know.
everybody hangs Orange Mound. You know what? I still love the community.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And so, even today, shout out to Wing Factory. Ruben has a bustling business over there, so it's still a great community that support the things that they down with. So that's how we go.
Yeah, shout out to you know what? I see that insurance agency right there at the corner of Airways. Right there by the gas station is Airways and is it Airways and Park?
Um,
It's right next across from the Wing Factory. It's
that is
always
a
closed. I want to buy it. That's what I was saying. I want to buy it.
oh yeah. So yeah, that's the idea. That's the right idea because because of the crime, retail space is going to bottom out in certain areas, but people who know the community that want to make changes in the community, they know how to take those opportunities and make something out of it.
Mhm. Yeah. Um. Okay. Well, let's get into the music situation. What how long have you been into music, and what made you get into it?
Man, that's a long story. Like I told you, I grew up in North Memphis, and drugs and stuff was rapid, and up on Watkins and Brown is where as the world has learned is where the Bovans were, and down Bree Love and Valentine, there was another big family, and they was doing their thing, and I grew up in that neighborhood, and my cousin, he got involved in the streets, started making a lot of money off cooking crack, and you know, making a lot of money as a young person. But he bought studio equipment with his money, and it started to be so much stuff and so many different drum machines and so many different keyboards. And my grandmother house, you know, of course, I found my way into that room, and You know, he let me. I still give him credit to this day because he turned me loose on all of that stuff, and it was in the moment stuff. Keyboards, drum machines, and different devices for making music. So that's my dog, man. And so that's how that kind of started later on. This is I'm at probably sixth grade. I probably had 10 songs on one side. Ten, I had a full thing I was giving out at the school, like a full, 5 songs on this side, 6 songs on that side.
Just
Because
passing your CDs
I
out.
had I had all the equipment by then. Because my mom, she like, okay, well, this is the shit you want. So she go buy all the same stuff that was over at my grandma's house, or some of it. She couldn't really buy that much of it, but I had enough to do it. I had the mic, I had the drum machine, I had what I needed to do. So by seventh grade, yeah, I probably making, I might make me $50-$60 a week off selling tapes.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing that your mom wanted recognized your passion and wanted to
She
see you
yeah, she
invest
did
your
that for
time
all
in
of
that.
us. Yeah, she did that for all of us, but for me, it entailed a whole bunch of stuff that I'm sure she wasn't ready for. But she did a great job. But that's how the music thing went. Um, and so later on, Just Born was DJing around town. He was on the radio station, Boogaloo. There's a
Shout out to
period.
Just Born.
Yeah, it was a period when me and Boogaloo just nobody even knew Boogaloo. He just was going around doing house parties, and it was all these girls, and the liquor was free. It's like we did that like a year or some shit. I was like, what the fuck am I doing in what I'm saying, Memphis fucking around? What I'm saying? Because I'm out this I'm kind of in the streets at this point, walking like a dog, is hit the radio. And right before it hit the radio, and then it hit the radio, and then all that was happening. But it was a period where I just was learning, what was going on. I had to go through that period, um, um, and then the opportunity came. I went away to college at Alabama A&M, and I came home one summer, and I'm presented with this opportunity, Just Born, and he get in contact with me, and boom, and then
Did
it
you
all kind of
graduate?
come together like that. Say that
Did
again.
you graduate?
No, this rap music is the reason I did not graduate. As a matter of fact, yeah, because $120,000 at that moment, and I was 2 years. I maybe like a year and a half, so like 3 semesters in, and I was like, damn, and yeah, I took the money, and and we did that, and that's how all of this got going. Um, Shout out to my OG Hot. He always, found a way to help make things happen. So that's who granted me that opportunity in the beginning. And but after that, I really was thrown out here to really understand the business, understand what was going on. While I was doing that is when I ran into Gotti. So I
Okay.
really was, yeah, I was already, I was doing shows in regionally Mississippi, Arkansas. I get called to Birmingham. We like popped in Birmingham real hard, and so it was going good. But while I was reloading, I think for the next project or whatever, I ran into Gotti, and so that's how that whole thing
And that's
started.
Yo Gotti. So let me ask you something. Did you write songs like did you sign with Yo Gotti, or did you start out producing for Yo Gotti? How did their relationship come about?
Um, give me give me 1 second. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, just a brief pause. Just a brief pause. Not too long. All
Okay.
right. Okay, so wrote a lot of songs for Yo Gotti. Absolutely. Sell My Dope. He was gonna do something completely different over that beat, and I almost let him do it, but I started even when we was riding in the car that day, and he said a rap over it, and I was like, I'm thinking in my head, should I give this nigga this song? You know what I'm saying? And I said, and I started it over and I turned it up. And I said, no, that ain't what you need to say, bro. I said, this is what you need to say. I'ma sell my dope, can't trust no bitch. You feel what I'm saying? And I said it in a way. Yeah, he looked over there, he was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Say that again. But I from there on I wrote a lot of stuff, but and I got credit for it. And these are intellectual property assets that I'm able to leverage in different ways. I can borrow money on stuff without using my social security number. I had never done that ever until I recognize the value in all of this stuff. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm getting it ain't like I'm tripping about none of this. I'm getting my just due for the work that I did. You feel what I'm saying? But a lot of the idea and conceptually, even with some of the stuff you seeing with Stan, conceptually is my brain. You understand what I'm saying? So the same thing with Yo Gotti. Um, um, so sell my dope. I did the beat for uh Toss That Bitch with sent them on tour. That was the first time ever going on tour. That was the record they really wanted to hear. Toss That Bitch. So that was my beat. And then Moneybagg sampled that again in 2020. And so that led to something different. They
Let
paid
me
me
ask you
good.
something before you continue on. Do you get paid for these beats?
I get paid. Okay, so regarding Moneybagg, I get paid not to talk about that. So I'm not
Okay.
talking about that. I'm gonna let you know that right now. Yeah, they pay good. Now that beat, toss that bitch. I will tell you, this my beat. I own it, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now we got World War III / this is just a bunch of records that I wrote on. But like I said, I get compensated for all that. I think the most important thing, the reason I am the way I am, the way I feel about it, feel the way I feel, the most important thing I ever wrote for Yo Gotti was his college entry exam to Southwest Tennessee Community College. And for that, nigga, you owe me.
Okay. Now repeat that again. You said you wrote his
I
college
wrote a
exam.
lot of things. I did a lot of ghostwriting with words, with lyrics and rap songs and all of that stuff. I said,
Uh-huh.
but the most significant thing that makes me feel the way I feel about certain shit is I wrote his entry exam to get into Southwest Community College. And that was a step where he was really trying to get out of the streets and save his life, because he wasn't gonna make it, and it was a lot going on. Niggas was dying around him, and this shit it wasn't gonna go the way it's going now. God is good. You feel?
Mm-hmm. So you say the way you feel, the way you feel, kind of, because I mean, I know I've heard
I
rumors
mean,
that
my stance on everything, like my viewpoint on everything, why he talk like this, why he feel like this, that's what I'm trying to say.
okay, well, let me just say this now. It's pretty obvious that because you hear the rumors, and I could tell the way that you talk, whatever, and people that kind of ride with Gotti, that there is some friction. Now, at one time, how close were you and Yo Gotti at one time?
I mean, when you saw him, you saw me. When you saw me, you saw him.
And how many years was that you all tight for?
For 6 7 years, if you saw him, you saw me. For
Hmm.
almost a decade.
So when did things go left, and why did it go left?
Because first of all, it's the same reason a lot of what has went on, because when you disagree, or when you choose not to be a part of something, or you confront your partner about something, or you know there's gonna be a disconnect after that. If that person doesn't understand where you're coming from, respect your opinion. So Dolph put it in different words. Dolph said you got a lot of do boys around. I heard they iron your draw. And he spoke metaphorically and kind of joked and janked on shit. But, bro, I ain't no just like Govan. You feel what I'm saying? Like, bro, y'all make it niggas make it hard. These niggas make it hard being they friend. Because at the same time, gotta be a real nigga. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, so I gotta call it what it is. You know what I'm saying? But, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna sacrifice my morality, what I believe in, cause I wanna want some money, or cause y'all just don't know nothing about sacrificing, delayed gratification, and putting in the work to call a fucking shot yourself. That's why I'm a fucking boss, and you niggas not.
Mm-hmm.
And money don't. It is defined by money, but in a lot of ways, it's not. Tamara, you feel what I'm saying?
Right. Right. I agree.
Yeah, you want it now. Oh, okay, so if you go do this, so anytime you go asking the devil for something, and you willing to goddamn do whatever for it, then you know what's going on. You know how this gonna turn out. You feel what I'm saying?
So basically, you're saying Yo Gotti didn't want to put in the work. He wanted.
No, he did put in the work. He did put in the work. I'm never gonna take away the work from him. What I'm saying is, uh the guys around isn't giving a second mind to the shit y'all doing and thinking about doing and proceeding to do, or allowing niggas to do. There's nobody speaking up against, hey, this ain't what we doing this for, bro, you up like this, da 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 da.
He got
you
a lot
know
of yes men around him, and he's become
yeah,
accustomed
you feel,
to
and
it.
not only that, right there, Stan had a real key point on no jumper, bruh. If we finna make $10 million off Macho Man and Hulk Hogan pay-per-view fight, why the fuck do I want to kill Macho Man in real life, bruh? You fucking crazy. We finna make money. I don't really actually want to kill. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then we not gonna get the money, and so these niggas they so caught up. I don't know what it is. I don't want to assume I know what it is. I don't know what the fuck it is. You feel
Well,
what I'm saying?
let
But
me let me let me pace you a little bit, because I wanna let me because I'm gonna walk you into the good stuff. But
yeah, we gonna go where you want to go
want to
with it.
ask you about Young Dolph. At what point? When did you meet Young Dolph? How did you meet him?
I rolled right up on him at the car wash in South Memphis, and I had a red G wagon, and he had the Cadillac right there,
Hmm.
inside the stall, and I rolled right up on him. I pulled up to the stop sign. I think they Macklemore.
Yeah,
I just said they're picturing. I'm drawing from memory.
and you just drove right up on him. What you say
No,
to
they
him?
said somebody said that was him over there at the car while I pulled on the lot.
Okay.
hmm And then I jumped out, and I knew he had kind of been fucking with Gotti though. You know what I'm saying? That was around the time that you know, and because Yo was really, really like he wasn't letting nobody go on tour, and like with all the connections on certain promoters and shit when he started doing certain shit. Like I knew the people I knew, I was like, yeah, I know the people down there, they good, blah 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 blah. We kind of tried to share the network, but he kind of went off in a different direction. It just was different with him.
Right. It was
Yeah, but
okay.
he did let Dolph come around, which is how y'all got the picture where Dolph standing in the background. Dolph really liked Gotti music. There wasn't no face like he was hating. He was like, this shit hard. You
Yeah.
feel what I'm saying? Yeah, and some of it was hard. You know what I'm saying? This ain't about taking it away from no nigga. You feel what I'm saying? This about what's real.
Did you ever get the opportunity to like produce for Young Dolph or write for him?
I got a PRE contract producer agreement. I got paid. They paid through bill pay. I appreciate PRE. Thank y'all. So did.
Mm-hmm. So now let's talk about this, because I know everybody want to get into the nitty gritty, because they already listen. What? Because I know you would know what
Mhm.
really what was the breakdown between Young Dolph and Yo Gotti?
What you mean when you say what was the breakdown?
What caused the friction, the commotion?
he pushed, Gotti was pushing. He really was pushing off so much that he really was stiff arm and going down to the end zone like a football player,
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't no cause for that because hell, we got on the same jersey. At least we thought we did, but evidently we did. So you going down the line stiff arming everybody. And so I guess Dolph just when he got the opportunity and got up to that point, because I always tell people, I said on that Play With Your Bitch video when it first come on, I can look in his eyes and see, I know them double digit millions, they'll fuck your head up. You feel what I'm saying? If you ain't level enough, if you ain't got the right structure, you know what I'm saying? And so I could look in his eyes right there and I see something, you know what I'm saying? I saw something. And so I think he just got fed up and he was like, fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm finna go ahead and go this route with everything. And it could have easily been me. It could have easily been me. I could have either put out a record. I was mad in the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's a moment where me and Govan went to the all white bricks video shoot in Atlanta, and I didn't. I had got fed up. I had been to I've been to that point. I had a brand new baby, and I was overspending in Memphis to really cover that market the way I want to. And I'm like, bro, I'm coming out of extra fucking $20,000 to cover this fucking market. Like, you know what I'm saying? And Devin them were playing games and different shit, and yeah, man, I've been to that point. So I know probably how he felt. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what
So
I'm
was
saying?
Young Dolph? Do you think that Young Dolph was being blackballed?
I do. Well,
Mm-hmm.
not really. Because see, that's gonna lead to another part of the conversation I was kind of gonna get into in the end, but he was able to get everything done um, through Ghazi and through Empire, who had the infrastructure where he still could call shots and be his own boss and get a great percentage. Whatever that was, that's his business. We're not gonna assume what that is, but Ghazi is known for giving 50-50 deal after expenses are recouped. So Dolph probably had the best deal, just like Sauce Walker got one of the best deals right now. Just saw Sauce Walker today, by the way. So yeah, but Dolph had that kind of deal, and so but from there he contacted Dame Dash, and all his content is on YouTube. In case y'all want to go check out, y'all don't think I know what I'm talking about, but he contacted Dame Dash, and if you listen to Dame Dash, Dame is saying, Dolph called me. He was looking for certain people to hire, but and I told him I would just hire them. I would get him the people he's looking for. And so he still was looking for the infrastructure outside of the majors where he could still be his own boss and, you know,
Mm-hmm.
without Gazi or Empire at some point. Or maybe he just wanted to put projects out that wasn't on Empire. But as you can see from what's on YouTube, what Dame does explain, where Dolph walks up on Dame at the art gallery in LA, you can see all of this happening. Now, why is this significant? Because Rock Nation has that infrastructure. And we know from Dolph telling us he met with Rock Nation first.
Right. Right.
So, but in exchange for the infrastructure and the digital part of what's happening, and like I said, we'll get into that. But in exchange for that, you're gonna give up this and this and this. Okay. So he didn't want to do that. So guess what? I call your old buddy Jay-Z. I don't gotta call you. And that's exactly what the fuck he did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they didn't really blackball him. It was more so he was slipping out of getting blackballed. And now you're going too far. You're making a mockery of the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Because what young black person from this area of the country turns down millions of dollars? Well, what the fuck you trying to prove?
Mm-hmm.
well, what he was trying to prove and what he did prove and what he did show, and the reason I spent nobody knows what I've been doing in Miami. Nobody knows what the fuck is going on. But this is why I spent 5-6 years building this infrastructure because it came to a point where I was looking for the same. Now I'm realizing, damn, okay, we can do it. We can do what you can be your own person. You can make all the money. It'll drop ACH to your account, multiple revenue streams from one song. From one song.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple. And the payment intervals go like this. Oh shit. Well, we don't fucking need these people. And he had gotten enough marketing dollars or had enough money to keep the engine burning. And that was a fucking problem for these people. It really was. I don't give a damn what went on in the street.
Let me just say this: that we can't do a lot of the f bombs. We have
Oh, I'm sorry.
we have haters striking at
Okay.
the video.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. We're not gonna do that. Sorry
Okay.
about the F bomb, people. I didn't. We was real talk with Tamara. This is a family show. My apologies.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so that's what happened with that. That's what happened with that.
Okay, now when he reached out to Rock Nation and all of them, was Yo Gotti dealing with them at this point, or he that was later?
Oh yeah. Absolutely. He was dealing. Moneybag is with the Interscope before that meeting, way before that meeting, and I think no, he had done the deal. He hadn't done the full label, like the situation he got set up right now. Bag was at Interscope though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because not go into that some other time, but yeah, Bag was at Interscope.
Okay. Well, why did because we see that Young Dolph and Yo Gotti is from Memphis.
Yep.
Okay. We see that at some point they would at least could coexist to be on the exact same stage. Why do you think how did it get this far out of control? Because I would think that it would never have gone this far for a man to lose his life.
See, I'm not mad. I'm mad because God didn't give Dolph a pass. Let me be clear about that. I ain't mad about nothing else. I ain't even he should have gave my opinion. He should have gave all that a pass and looked at it as something small and that's the way. But that's my opinion. Okay. But
Mm-hmm.
North Memphis niggas will rock you to sleep. What does that mean? Well, you thought this was over. I let you think it was over. I let time pass. Seemed like everything fine. But see, I just know the world. I know the daily life we come from. You understand? And I know niggas don't let shit go like that. You feel what I'm saying? But my opinion is you should have let that ride hard. You should have let that ride real hard because number one, you after the money. You ain't what the fuck you in this? You in it for the money. So you should have went after the money. I'm sorry about that F bomb, but we should you in it for the money, and if you're in it to do business, he's worth more to you alive. That's not rocket science.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? But in terms of these street gangs and North Memphis and how niggas how the game is played, it ain't never off, it's always on.
Well, when
I
you
don't
think
care.
about it, what happened to Young Dolph, I don't think that any of the people that did this to him came from out of North Memphis. But now
No,
let me
no,
say
no,
this.
no, 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 no. I'm not saying that at all. And I'm glad you said that because I want to clarify that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying the people moving these chess pieces around the board. One person is from this side of town, South Memphis. The other person is from this side of town, North Memphis. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me say this. Now you piquing my. Okay, now we get ready to get to the good stuff. Now, I just got to ask you this, and I know this is in your. This is, I guess, your opinion. Okay, this is
My
just in your
opinion. Yeah,
opinion.
my opinion. Let me
Who
clarify.
who
These,
who who
these
do you,
are
who
my
do you, who do
opinions.
you think was the root of this tree as it relates to what happened to Young Dolph?
When you say root of the tree, what you mean?
Who um held this tree up? What was the pipeline to the money? Who
Well,
spearheaded?
ain't
Who are the
nobody.
real mastermind?
Who got
Who
the
was the
who?
real mastermind?
Who got the money? Whoever got the money. I don't. Whoever had the money.
Okay.
Whoever had the money, because
Well,
we
he
know
does
that
have money. A lot of people say he had a lot of money.
a lot of people say that.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? But see, and I ain't say he did not. I'm not saying he did not. And let me also tell you that just because you have $200,000 or $300,000, you don't have 50,000 to give away. That's not a.
Right.
It's not enough to give away 50,000. Not a
Mm-hmm.
way. That's not enough to give away 100,000.
Right.
Okay, you don't work a job every day conventionally. You don't get paid on a weekly. Your bills are XYZ. This will deplete. You can't
Absolutely.
hand out somebody $100,000 and you ain't got nothing but 300
Mm-hmm.
or 250. You feel what I'm saying? So,
Right.
and I'm still not trying to count. No, I don't know nothing about it. I'm just telling you that's what they say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, if that's true or not, we don't know that. We don't. We honestly, just being honest, we don't know that.
Well, I heard you say on Stan's channel he owed tabs.
He did, but that don't mean he ain't had 200,000 at the house that he said he ain't fucking with. Period. I ain't giving this to nobody. You
Right.
see what I'm saying?
Right.
My fault about the f ball, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch it here. My bad, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, but
So,
so
so
you
do
can't.
you
Yeah, you
believe that
can't.
it went further than Juke? So then, is it safe to say you feel like the people that really called the hit on Young Dolph, it went further over Juke?
Um, I mean, I don't. We need to go further over. Was it over his head? Is what you
Was it
asking? Like,
people
yeah, I want
above
to.
him?
Yeah, I don't. I know Juke. Let me tell you something. I know Juke. He wasn't a bad guy. Rest in peace. Uh, I had love for Big Daddy, and since I was eighth grader, he showed that he messed with me, and it was a conflict that happened, and it just this how these people this how they chose to deal with all this. But to answer the question, do I think it was a bug? I don't think. Let me tell you. I gotta say. Let me make this statement right here. If Juke had went all through Fraser and all through North Memphis and said, "Hey man, uh, I need you to go take care of Young Dolph, and I'm gonna need you to go do such and such to this person or kill this, unalive this person. I'm sorry, unalive this person, and I'm gonna pay you afterwards. Like when you get done, I'm gonna pay you. I'm gonna pay. Like nobody in North Memphis, the whole North Memphis, the whole Fraser would took him serious. He can't. That don't work like that. Ain't nobody got no call for you to go lay your life on the line and you ain't show up with the bread. Where the bread is? Then you come up here and slap the bread on the table and I'm going to tell you, bro, no, I got too much going on with myself right now, or, bet we going to handle that. One of the two. But coming in, saying, well, I need y'all to go handle this and I'm going to hit. Like, bro, like it's so many real dudes out there that don't even play like that. Like you can't even show up to their house talking about nothing like that. Like that don't go. All this was foo-foo. All this was foo-foo, man. This was all real goofy. You feel what I'm saying? And which brings me to a point I want to pose to the audience.
Okay.
If Yo Gotti and the Yo Gotti fans out there and the people who stand on the side they stand on, if they was moving that many bricks, how come they don't know Craig Pettis?
Mm-hmm.
How come Gotti don't know Craig? Lil Wook know Craig. Curtis Givens know Craig.
Right.
Hernandez Govan know he met Craig before.
Right.
Mr. N know Craig. He met Craig.
Mm-hmm.
But they were moving this many bricks, but how come they don't know Craig Pettis?
That's
Because they
true.
were.
That's true.
Let me answer.
Go
Let
ahead.
me
Go ahead,
answer it.
first. I'm sorry.
Let me answer it for y'all.
Okay.
Because y'all elected the robbers. These are the robbers. The reason he don't know Craig Petty is because when Wook had the barbecue in his yard in Whitehaven, Mr. Givens wouldn't even allow people like that up in the yard. These are earners. These are money getters. These are dazzling jewelry wearing, drop top riding. We don't associate with these people, man.
Mm-hmm.
Later on, things went their way, and we happy for that, man. But y'all want them niggas, man. Man, we gonna keep it real.
Okay. Well,
Because, yeah,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
I'm sorry. I don't want to interrupt you. Go ahead. Go
Yeah,
say.
because this see, y'all got this all wrong. This stemming from y'all, the town wanting to make it be. And that's cool because this make believe, this entertainment and all that shit, right? And all that. And if somebody's able to monetize, take care of their family, create generational wealth off that, we ain't mad at that. Yeah, we ain't mad at that. Why we mad at that? Cause we been who we were and who we are. So we not mad at that. You feel me? But a young cat from South Memphis coming up trying to do the same thing, you know, and anybody coming up trying to do the same thing don't deserve you throwing rocks at them and they just trying to get their car started, you know. That ain't cool, you know.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. I remember you saying on Stan G's channel that some people came to you, okay,
Mm-hmm.
about this situation with Young Dolph.
Uh-huh.
You said, I want nothing to do with this. And then you informed Young Dolph, and this was about 6 months before it happened. Can
Okay.
you
Yeah.
elaborate
No,
on that?
no, no. Nobody came to me and said they was gonna do something to Young Dog because then I would have had to go crazy on DJ Squeaky phone. I would have had to go do a lot of stuff until somebody heard what I had to say. Nobody called me and said they're gonna do nothing to Young Dog. But I did DM Young Dog because of a dream. I woke up and I said, I opened a hookah lounge in Miami in 2021. And so I had been so busy with that my mind hadn't really caught up. And I went to sleep one night. I had this dream, and I woke up and I said, man, they gonna kill this boy. And so my girl was like, kill who? And I said, Young Dolph. And she looking like, what the hell are you talking about? And then I came to like, bro, you ain't discovered nothing. Nobody don't know they done shot the man one time. You feel what I'm saying? You just can't go crazy calling people that because you had a dream. You know what I'm saying? So about an hour afterwards, I said, well, I'm just gonna DM him then. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna DM him then. And that because it was just riding me. So I said I'm gonna DM him then. And so uh I said, man, well, this ain't nothing he don't know. They done shot him in LA. You know what I'm saying? Well, how he gonna look at me if I message him like this gonna happen, that gonna happen? And that was, I ain't gonna lie, I carried certain regrets about how I reacted to my spiritual intuition in that situation. and
Because
but
I remember you saying you said you wanted nothing to do with it.
yeah, I didn't want nothing to do with it, but no one called me and said, "Well, we finna do this right." What happened was I was working, and then when I got like I rested, like I really rested, and my mind assembled all the pieces of the things that had been happening and stuff that's on my phone. People that's calling me, people said this remark by that person, that remark, and so I must have had everything just kind of caught up, and so I knew I'm like they rocking him to sleep. They rocking him to sleep. This ain't over. But it's like when I jumped up that morning, it's like, and I came to, it's like it kind of wore off, and I was like, well, you ain't finna call him and tell him nothing he don't know. You
Did you
feel
ever
me?
reach out to him?
I did send a DM and I rung the phone because I ain't had a immediate phone, and that brings me to the blocking communication that some of these people seem like they was. I don't know. I don't know. I can't answer a lot of questions about where people were on certain things and why, but I did try to reach out on numerous occasions. Yeah.
Okay. Um. Now I want to talk about, okay, because I still kind of, because we kind of stuck on this Yo Gotti thing. I'm, you know how you could listen. I just gotta. You've been watching my show long enough. I shoot straight from the hip. Okay.
Yeah, I like your show. Congratulations. Let's take time out to say congratulations for what you have built and bringing a positive outlook. Somebody, we have to tell our own stories. We have to tell our own story. We can't allow them to own the intellectual property or tell our stories for us. That's one reason why I correct certain things or I come on there. But hats off to you, man. Go ahead. I'm
Thank
sorry.
you. I hope I'm making Memphis look good. Okay.
Yeah, you got it.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you believe that Yo Gotti called the hit on Young Dolph?
Do I believe that? I
It
do.
don't have to be true,
I
just
do.
if you
I do.
believe.
I do. I do in a lot of ways. I do in a lot of ways.
Do you believe he paid
Because
some money?
see, you don't attach your brain to someone for 5 years, 6 years. It's like you know, how they think. I'm just gonna be real. You learn, you pick up. You're gonna pick it up.
Mm-hmm. But you said you feel like it's somebody from North Memphis and somebody from
You
South
know,
Memphis.
I said Dolphins from South Memphis, God is from North Memphis. That's what I
Okay.
said. I said the
Okay.
conflict is between these two. South Memphis. I really feel South Memphis different type of people. If you go back to the 70s, 80s, these people travel the world. This was
Right.
stacks, man. These people been somewhere. These people having stuff and riding nice cars and wearing minks way back. You understand what I'm saying? So these people have a different outlook on things. Even fly to Drake's dad Dennis. Everybody been on. And it's always smooth. It's always player.
Right. So
Yeah.
so let me ask you this. Where was you at the day that the morning or when you started hearing the news about Young Dolph? Where was you at? Did you believe it?
The reason I was at where I had exactly where I had planned to be at when whatever happened. And
Okay.
it sounds crazy, but because I got certain indications and I was feeling a certain type of way, and like I told you about the dream,
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, I'm gonna be right down here mopping this floor at this hookah lounge. That's where I was at.
Okay. Did you believe it?
Yeah, I did. I was like I was like stunned, but I was like they finally did it, and I was like, this is crazy, and I was disappointed, and I was emotional about the situation because I had a lot of inside understanding of what went on and everybody's standpoint, and I know these people, and so it was a mind job, you know. It was
Mm-hmm.
it was a
Okay.
mind job.
Okay.
I thought about his kid. I think when the funeral happened, when they broadcast the funeral, and the children got up there, and then, I was like, I was thinking in my head, I was like, nigga, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You know you ain't have to take this shit this far, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that was this is the resolve to this shit. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm cursing on you,
That's
Papa.
okay.
This is the resolve to this. This is how this.
It was
Like I
unnecessary for
couldn't
2 minutes.
believe. Yeah, I couldn't believe. I was like, bro, bro. Come on, bro.
Now I remember you saying that Cornelius was your celly.
He
Was
was.
that how you like was would you have ever thought that he would be this type of person? Or I mean, when you were cellies, did you think that he would
Innocent,
have
and
passed
and that's a very good question. You are a great host, and you hitting the pockets. So we don't want to say to marry hell back, but it's funny because I told him about all of this. I told him about Gotti. I told him, what the hell you think we in there talking? We got 24 hours a day. You think I ain't tell him Yo Gotti a fucking snake? Come
Mm-hmm.
on, man. Yeah, man. You see, nobody don't want to sacrifice. Nobody don't want to suffer to get to the goal.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? See, you want 100 bands in the bank. You want a rubber band tens of thousands, but if you can't eat quick trip hot dog and chips and drink every day for a year, you don't want it bad enough.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want it bad enough. You want it quick. You want something quick. You want to go do something devilish so you can get it right now. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they on.
Okay. Had you ever met Straight Drop?
Never met straight drop.
Okay. Well,
Never
well,
met
let
straight.
me let me ask you this. Now I want to get into your relationship with Hernandez Govan. Okay, I heard you on the channel on Stan G. Shout out to Stan G. I
Stan
like
G is doing his thing. Stop.
on this thing. I
Stop
like
for
Stan.
1 second, man. Stop. Oh man, we gotta put one oh man on Real Talk with Timber
Oh
tonight, man.
man, he was
I
in here. He's
seen, yeah,
there.
I seen him come. We all proud of Stan G. You may not agree with it, but we are proud of any of our Memphians, man, that turn their life around and make strides the way Stan trying to make strides. You feel what I'm saying? So shout out to Stan G. Oh man, you feel me?
The lady said, "Are you single?" I think he said he. Well, I,
I am single. I am
are you
single.
single? Okay.
I'm chilling.
I
I'm
saw your
single,
picture. I was gonna put up another picture. I saw you
but I'm
sitting out.
doing. I'm
Who
doing.
that? Come
Listen,
on, put that
listen.
picture up.
Not for real. For real. Listen, I'm doing. I'm doing. Let's see, 14-hour days, and uh, a lot of it is on the laptop. Because 1 million streams equals about 12 grand when you exhaust all revenue streams. And so, there's a fight to do what I set out to do as a child. I'm finishing it now. And this whole thing with what's going on, we're going to finish it. Memphis, we're going to finish it. We're going to put a positive stamp on it, and we're going to finish this, because this don't represent who we are. We great without hating on folk, bro. We ain't finna let the rest of the world ain't finna believe there's no town full of haters. We great. We ain't got to hate on nobody. The sauce we got, you can't mix it. You can't buy it. You feel me? So we ain't got that ain't indicative of Memphis. You feel what I'm saying? That ain't what we on. So
Right.
you're right. So let me say that too.
Okay, well, let's get into your relationship with Hernandez Govan.
Okay.
You kind of did in the beginning. You said that you went to Orange Mound one summer. You was in junior high school.
Um, no, I was the way I'm gonna tell you how I met Quit. First of all, Craig Pettis made a call to his brother through his dad. They got the same daddy, DJ Paul. So Craig made the call to DJ Paul to do the verse. And when all of that happened, I was like part of the crew. And
Okay.
I knew Quid. I saw him around town, but I didn't know him. Now I'm like 18, 19. We all got cars and money at this point already. You see what I'm saying? So we really have our identity of who we are around town. And so we going to the club, and you know the club scene is lit, and uh one of his partners get murdered in front of the club, and Quit is sitting there holding his partner. He bleeding to death. Quit. He couldn't have been 19. And yeah. And I was standing right there, and I made it a point that I spoke up, like I know who you are, and we part of the same group, and I see him, he holding this guy on the ground bleeding to death. And I pulled out the cell phone, called 911, and they said it's a bunch of calls. They got people out, they already on the way. And Quit was crying and holding his dog, his partner.
Oh
And that's
wow.
how that was our first encounter.
Okay, and after that, you all just kind of stayed cool. All those because Quet is
Yeah,
in his 40s, so
I
that's
think
been
he
way over 20 years.
yeah, I think he felt like, well, I lost one partner that day, I got another partner that day. I think
Hmm.
that's kind of how he felt at that moment.
Okay, so you all have been. Are you all still friends?
Yeah, I mean, we grown men, and we have disagreements, and it's time to take a break. It's time to take a break. It may be a period where he don't want to talk to me. You don't want to. I don't want to talk to him. But it's a universal thing with street cats. If you hot, don't look to talk to me. You feel what I'm saying? Because I ain't hot. You feel what I'm saying? So there's that type of party too. But what it is really is a mutual friendship with certain individuals and certain things that have transpired over the years that we always stay true to. And so that's what that's about. But me hanging with Quit every day or seeing Quit in person, it's been so many years, you
Hmm.
know. Yeah.
Okay, well, let me ask you this: when this situation happened with Young Dolph, were you surprised when you saw when you saw him on the news when he was implicated in this
I
situation?
was like, come on, man, what? Yeah, I was like, man. And see, now we getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. So I grew up in North Memphis. Okay.
Hmm.
We moved to Fraser. I went to Trevor High School. I ran into Juke. I met Juke. It was days that I was finna walk into the schoolhouse. Juke pulled up, and I looked back at the street like, "You going in today?" I'm like, "Bro, I'm going in." I feel like when I remember them days. Man, I feel like I was making the biggest decision of my life. I ain't lying. Going in that school or getting in the car, ride through North Memphis. I ain't lying. That was the biggest, boy, I'm talking about, was a big decision. But I went on in there because my mama, she was on what she was on. You feel what I'm saying? So,
Hmm.
but these are these folk I know, I grew up with. You feel what I'm saying? And ye didn't know them like that, is what I'm trying to say. And I just felt like whatever it was, whatever they had going, I just felt like if it was music or whatever, you weren't gonna get a first shake on it. You know, you just weren't gonna get no first shake out of it. And so I thought it was bad business, you know, but I didn't know nothing about well, y'all was together, y'all was trying to do this and the dolphin, you know, no, hell no, they didn't get, they won't get no indication of me to nothing like that right there, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, even after the fact, um, I got on the phone and I said I talk so bad through the network. I said this is the stupidest, sloppiest shit I done ever seen in my effing life. Um, you know, it was just this was popsicle stick. All this was missing was Kiki Shepard. This was amateur night, man. This was and it wasn't a righteous cause. And so it just was bad, man. You know, it just was bad. It just was bad, man.
Okay. Well, so what do you think? Because I was listening to you on Stan G's channel, and you were saying that that do you think that Quet is going to? First of all, let me ask you this: do you think he played the part that they're saying that he played, and do you think that he's going to beat this?
I got a strong indication that from well, you know, different people saying different things, but you know, I just don't know enough of it. It came to a point where, you know, I I just even before when Juke passed, it just was like this has gone so far. I don't even know what these people doing or what is this is so ridiculous. You know, it's so ridiculous. But like I said on Stan's show, he has more than capable attorneys. Paul Hagerman has Cornelius as a star witness. These are the facts. This ain't nothing I'm adding on to it. They already gave a man 120 years with Cornelius's testimony. But this is all. This is also all not all about a trial. And let me also interject right here because um, when I said that a secret trial, there is a such thing as a secret trial. If you waive your rights, your attorney and the judge will all go in there without a jury. So you were right about that part of it. That is possible. If you waive your rights, they will all go in there and decide your fate without a jury. Absolutely. And they will convene. I guess you could call it secretly. But you would have to sign off on that's what you know you
Right.
waive in search of certain rights, and
Right.
we don't know that he's done that yet. So you know we were both right, and you know that does happen. But will he? How will he come out on this? You know I don't know. But those are the facts. Paul Hagerman has. I didn't see brilliance in Paul Hagerman.
Okay.
And there are documentaries on Manny. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know. And Cornelius was not. He was loose. Like I said on Stan's show, it was loose on that stand, and he, you know, he a piece of work, man. This whole thing is just stinks.
What would you look at? Do you look at Cornelius as being a credible witness?
I mean, he's proven to be more than credible because, see, all the data was in the cloud. They just didn't know where it was at. It took Cornelius to say, we went to these apartments at 2 p.m. on such and such and such. They then issued the warrant to get the video and scrolled it to 2:21 or whatever time it was, and boom, there it was, them getting out of there. So just because they collect data, they don't mean they know what and where everything is. But with a witness and informant like that, telling them we went here, we went there, we this happened at this time, that time, and they can go retrieve this stuff. This is why, this ain't, these people wasn't, they wasn't equipped to be doing. They shouldn't have done this. This is all I got to say, man. They shouldn't have done none of this.
So you feel like if Cornelius Smith had not said anything, they would have basically gotten away with murder.
Oh no, I don't think. I think it's a number of different things. But let me also pinpoint this right here. Cornelius said on the stand, he goes to Atlanta. Paul says, "Why did you come back?" He said, "Because we ran out of money." I don't know if these people is worried or what y'all, I don't know. Y'all, I don't know. No,
Well,
man.
let
That
me
ain't,
let me
no, man.
elaborate right here.
Y'all ain't why Cornelia $5,000. Nobody wouldn't have been, this wouldn't even been no trial. Y'all wouldn't have had no start winning Cornelia. Maybe a year, how much time would have went back? Cornelia would have never got, y'all ain't seen Cornelia $10,000, $15,000. I'm just saying, if I'm in this position, I'm looking at it from this perspective, bro. These people here, man. Oh man, see, that make me think y'all snake worshipers, because see, y'all look up to snakes. Now, how dude got out of town? Man, that dude in New Orleans, the one light skinned cat with the braids in New Orleans, they got him an Airbnb. His folk must have sent him a 10 because he kicked it before he got caught. The one who was on the run in New Orleans. But Cornelius get to Atlanta on them murdered a major figure, and everybody look, and he ran out of money. So he came back to Memphis. And all this is in CMG, and boy. Sorry, man. Sorry. I ain't them niggas sorry, man. Never seen nothing like that, man.
So you fought CMG because they let Cornelius run out of money.
Couldn't it? I'm just saying, if I'm in this position, this was not right. I ain't saying this was right. Man, listen, I'm just saying the way the game go, this universal. I'm talking about Harlem, LA, New Orleans. We just talked about some cats on the run in New Orleans. This is universal. You ain't send this man a 10, and when he get caught, everything fall. Who y'all supposed to be now? Man, them niggas count. You hear me? Man, them niggas count, bro. Niggas count, bro. I don't care what song you like. I don't care how long you. Man, them niggas count, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So,
crazy.
so let me ask you this, because I know you've been knowing Govan for a real long time. Did you know Govan to have a close relationship with CMG?
Govan messed with a lot of rappers, and more than anything, he messed with Flip. And so Flip was on Gotti first album, and they everybody was just gonna meet anyway. Kind of with in terms of that, I don't know. He was
They
rocking
laughing at
with
you saying the
he was
dude's cap.
rocking with he rocking with Juke. So that's self-explanatory. If you want to do that, you got pictures out there where the birthday. So I don't really know what you're asking there, when we can visually got a visual representation of who messed with who, but a contract or an artist being signed or some type of management agreement, I ain't never heard that.
Okay. They laughing at you said that them dudes cap.
Man, I'm folk cap, bro. And let me tell you something. Ain't nobody finna go. Let me tell you something. If I would have sent Cornelius, if I would have sent my Sally to go do something and he did XYZ, he got out of the city. This man actually made it out of the town, bruh. Man, ooh, that shit that gonna crumble, dog. Cause man, I ain't never seen nothing like that right there, man. Y'all ain't see him, man. Y'all ain't see him shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Nah, and y'all gonna leave a shooter out there, man. Put him in a Motel 6 for 3 months, man. What is y'all doing? Golly. Oh my boy, I ain't never seen nothing like this, boy.
He could have put him in a motel, huh?
Listen, none of this starts until they catch Cornelius. When you look at the timeline, Justin down there, he ain't said nothing. Yeah. Even when they caught Cornelius, that man didn't even immediately tell. So if you would have got y'all didn't send the man. So y'all sent the man. He was a send out, and then y'all said, "Well, F him." You know what I'm saying? Well, he done done what we need to do. F him. Okay.
Mm.
And get what he did, and get what he doing right now. Trying to jump off out the bleachers and dunk on a nigga. Mine got up on the stand, told them folk, I know I'm doing 10 years. That man said, I know I'm doing 10 years. I said, damn. He say just he doing 10 years. Yeah, see, that's what y'all did. That's why this going like this. That's why this going like, but a nigga on the run in New Orleans who got some real folk behind him and he get loose, he run away from the prison. Man, that nigga did everything except with jewelry shopping, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. He probably did go jewelry
That
shop.
man kicked it. That man kicked it. But y'all ain't sent Cornelius the money for a room? Boy. Oh, okay.
A young lady did mention a great point. They did have Cornelius's DNA. They did, and I kind of believe,
Well,
just
they
based
probably did. I'm not saying they didn't know who it was, but
right.
at that point, you got him in another state.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? You got him in another state, and he not staying nowhere where you can locate him, just like that or nothing like that right there. You feel what I'm saying? So, and I'm not saying everything meant to happen the way it was supposed to meant to happen. So I'm not saying that right there, but I'm just telling you when it comes to loyalty, doing street stuff, and these folks, they supposed to be this, then the other. Man, y'all just left dude out in the cold and caused everything to everybody to go to jail, folks to get killed. Y'all caused all this right here. For real. For real. Because if you remove Cornelius for a year, 2 years, guess what? You got a real hard to deal with situation. And so ain't no loyalty. That's my purpose of using this example. Ain't no loyalty. These folks don't know no loyalty. These folks ain't got no empathy or you know what I'm saying? Like these, bro. I mean, I really meant that. I really meant possessed by something. I really meant that. I really meant that. You think I'm gonna feel convicted by saying Yo Gotti the devil or he possessed by the devil or he got a devil spirit? I don't feel convicted by that. I
What
don't
makes you
feel
say
bad.
that? What makes you
I don't feel bad for saying that.
what makes you say he has a? Because I remember you saying that he's the devil.
You got it's a, and I don't want that. Everybody is. You got some people who possessed by a gambling addiction. You got
Mm-hmm.
people who possessed by a sex addiction. You got people who driven by pills. You feel what I'm saying? So some of y'all possessed by fake Percocet. Hey man. So wait a minute before you call somebody out. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say is that being driven to destroy something or to shut down something or to block something that's good or that has purpose. Yeah, I do define it as evil. I do.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this: do you believe that Quet is involved?
I don't know the conversations he had with Juke and what they was up to and what they was. I don't think none of us know what that is, and just being honest, he had they were doing some music busy, straight dropping them. They was busy doing it, and that's what it seemed like it was all about, until That whole situation, you know. And now let's also be clear about one thing.
Okay.
They stopped juking the airport. Okay. So we ain't gonna leave y'all out in the cold like this, so y'all understand why. Well, he just sound like he don't want to say. So let me explain why I'm saying it to you like that though. Because they stopped juking the airport. They questioned him. He was getting ready to fly. Now think, I'm getting ready to get onto a plane. The police stopped me. I'm not flying today. Am I finna go to jail? Wait a minute, what's going on? So you gotta understand how a person feel when they get stopped at the airport thinking they finna fly. They got their carry-on luggage, and the police come walking towards you and say, "Hey, let me talk to you." This means you're not finna make this flight. You're probably not finna fly at all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, what he said to them, we don't know. But I will tell you this right here. In a matter of days, Hernandez Govan was the mastermind.
Okay, so
Tell me where the lie at.
um, um, so basically, what you saying without saying it, okay, because you didn't say it, but are you
I might go
insinuating?
ahead and say it if I might be. If I'm, that's what I'm trying to say. Go ahead.
So do you believe that Juke was the one that pointed them in the direction of Hernandez Govan?
Yeah, I do know that. I know that because and that ain't nothing. I gotta try to I ain't gotta try to do that because the police came to Quit House and searched Quit House more than one time and left. And I was thinking in my head, I was like, when MPD got to the end of that street, I would have been and got the hell up out of that dog. I don't know what you think, what did the dude think about in his head, you feel what I'm saying? But they came over there on 3 occasions and left. And left.
Did they
And
search?
left,
Did
dog.
they search his house? They came over
Searched
to.
the whole house, searched the car, backyard, and left. I
Hmm.
was like, I was like, I, I didn't understand. I didn't understand number one, why would you still be in Memphis, Tennessee after you feel what I'm saying? That was the most confusing part. The second thing was, well, I guess he ain't got, I guess, you know what I'm saying? It was confusing. It was. But after they seemed to talk to this dude at the airport, it- you know, he that Quay was in jail, basically.
So do you think that maybe and I'm just throwing some stuff out there. The reason they went and searched his home 3 times was because somebody had indicated him. Some people had indicated him, and then
No, no, yeah, well, I think they heard the rumors. I
okay,
think they had looked at where they found their car at. I think they was being reasonable, like nigga, what's going on? And they came over there. They topped the bottom that joint like twice. I know they topped the bottom that joint for real. I said,
mm,
them folk gonna throw a gun. I was a crack behind your couch. Yeah, playing. I'm a God witness. What I said.
mm-hmm.
And so, but he was so steadfast, like I ain't done shit, I ain't leaving, I ain't did nothing. I said, all right, I don't know what you did. I don't know what, hey man, and I don't wanna know. I don't wanna know. But they came to the house 2 times, turned it upside down, looked for everything. They took samples out the carpet. Mine, the folk left. So I said, maybe you know what you talking about shit. I don't know. Them these facts here now. I ain't making none of this up. I ain't swaying nothing for nobody to think nothing. The MPD came my house 2 times, turned it upside down in the car.
Well,
Find the cat.
I will have to. I do have to. I will say this. I do know that they have to have just cause to be able to.
Yeah, I believe somebody in that course. Anytime they come hit a house or something like that, somebody done told somebody something. Hell yeah, I believe that.
And they probably somebody probably told before Juke did, right? Juke might have
I do believe that. I do
confirmed
believe that. Why would they be over there? Why would they be over there?
right. So let me ask you this also. Why do you think Juke had not been arrested? Because it seems to me that they was gonna do it. They was getting ready to or something. If in order for them to be getting ready to get
Well, and
somebody told on Juke.
this from the street rules, and this is from the rules of the game. Now, everybody been questioned. Um, um, Trey Drop, Cornelius, been to Quid House, turn shit upside down, question him. Next person they question, down that ain't nothing happen. Next person they question is Juke. Then it looks like after that, Teasy had given a statement at some point. So there's
That's when
there's
they
what
focused. That's when they focused in on Juke after Teaser gave his statement.
I think they had corroborating statements at that point. That's what I believe. I think Juke's statement and Teaser's statement went together. Like it coincided. I think it corroborated.
So both
That's what I
Teasy and
believe.
Juke was
I
pointing
don't
the
know
finger
that.
at Quet.
I ain't seen no documents. Don't go online saying I seen
Okay,
nothing, none of that.
well, let me just
This
make
is
this
what I
clear.
believe. This is
You
what I believe.
believe you
Yeah.
okay? So y'all, he's saying he's not saying that this is a fact. Based on he's saying he believed that Teasy's and um Juke's question statements
Statement.
coincided, meaning that both of them were pointing the finger at Quet.
It's somebody, but not them. It looked like they did go pick up. That is the next person they went and arrested. We can go by the timeline. This is not my opinion. We can go by the timeline. This is the next person they arrested.
Okay. Okay, so Juke and Teasy had gotten together and decided that they was gonna point
Everybody had
at
police
Quet.
contact. Everybody had police contact. It looks like it. From the bottom all the way up to Juke. Juke and Teaser remained out. Govan was then picked up once it looked like they talked to everybody. So now you got Govan in jail, Straight Drop in jail, Cornelius in jail, and then you got Teaser out and you got Juke out at that point.
Because Teasy and Devin Burns, remember, were persons of interest.
But it was revealed that there was a statement given. That's online. That ain't nothing I said. I read. This is another thing. You can't come on
This is
here
a good thing to do.
yeah,
This
people
all
can't come on
about.
here and discredit me because I log facts and data very well. I do this. I work in a different sector that I don't care to mention on this program, but I remember all of this stuff. I log this stuff, and then I can go forward and speak based on things we know happen.
Right.
And also listen, if y'all ain't reading the articles up under Fox 13, you just watching the videos. I might seem like you might have missed something, but I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna catch you. I'm gonna hit you with it because I did read it. Okay.
Right.
All right.
Trust me, I'm not laughing at you.
No,
Don't.
I'm talking to the audience because they
Oh,
might,
okay.
they
I mean,
might they might.
you
Yeah,
saying
you can go
so matter
research.
of
Just like I
factly. So
told them, rest in peace, Daddy Matthews, go watch the insurance man video and the shooting of the truck up and just clearly pointed out where said it looked like he took some and went somewhere else. It's just that simple. It's on the internet. Google is your friend.
right. That's true. That's true. I mean, I'm just kind of tickled about. I mean, about how much you know, because, and which I figured you did know it. But at first, I got to be honest. I actually thought that you would be, you would try to dance around any question that I
Oh,
asked
yeah, let
you.
me
But
also say this right here.
you haven't danced around nothing.
Yeah, let me say this right here, Tamara. I come back to Memphis anytime I get ready. Um, People owe me money. I don't owe people money. I passed out a lot of money. I have a lot of great friends. Um, a lot of great people and people I respect down there. I mean, up there. And no, I've been to Memphis. I come to Memphis. Ain't nothing. I don't know where people get all that from, and man, y'all don't even. No, I'm from the dirt, fool. You can't tell me I can't go nowhere, fool.
Well, let me ask you. Let me ask you this: Do
Mhm.
you do you? Okay, so I don't know how to ask you.
Just ask it.
What you think happened to Teasy?
Oh, you know, um, I think CJ Davis, everybody got on that scene and got that phone. I know that. You know, but let me say this about Govan. Govan is loyal to a fault. You can be wrong as hell. I'm talking about boy, listen. He gonna ride with it. He believe in it. He got love. He dumb love. He gonna ride with it on his loyalty big on there right there. You feel what I'm saying? So, um, I don't know what happened to Teasy, and I don't know, but the timeline goes as it goes, and that is um within a certain amount of time from certain things happening, dude was gone. you know.
Okay, at a certain amount of time of him.
I mean, a chain reaction. I mean, a series of events, and then things other. There's Teasy death was in that timeline of things that was. The timeline really speaks for itself. Is what I'm trying to tell everybody. It
Okay,
really does. It really does. It really does.
you think it had something to do with that statement that he gave?
I think that anytime someone's freedom is on the line, and we're talking about 100 years or 80 years, I think you can't rule anything out, Tim. You know,
Okay, I ain't gonna press you no more.
and
Say
and if you're on the street,
that.
you may not be. A lot of people people jump on their cases and different things happen, and they unsuspected. They already locked up. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Yeah.
So let me shift this back to Juke. Now I gotta, because me myself, I've always said that I didn't believe this, but I hear people, my subscribers and all of that, and they why do well let me ask you this: Do you I don't because I even hate to say it because I don't want to sound so insensitive, but do you believe that Gotti would have something to do with his brother? I don't believe it, but I'm just asking you.
I heard the comment that was made about the Billy Bath killing and Al Prophet who twist stuff up. I respect Al Prophet because he's an OG from back in the day, but
Yeah,
you know,
because he shouts you out all the
let's,
time.
let's try to get some of this stuff right. On the quoting. If we're gonna quote, let's try to do some decent journalism. But the question about I don't believe that uh uh God had wanted his brother or decided to do his brother because of this or that. Because I think guys feel like, well, it's me and my brother versus the world if it come down to it. You feel what I'm saying? And so I think he's one of those guys that share this sentiment about his brother, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah. But as far as like, it sound like it sound like a little mini movie that we can put together in people's heads and oh man, he had to go ahead and whack his brother. That must have been hard and yeah, and people, human beings don't function like that, at certain points. I ain't not saying that that's not possible, but I'm just saying we out in LA and you out in LA.
Hmm.
And we got plenty of money and right now everything all good. You don't gotta get on the plane and go to Memphis. Like I ain't thinking about whacking you. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I don't see how that's completely necessary, you know? Cause we all out here with money and cars and kicking it and hanging out. So no, I'm not thinking about whacking you my brother right now.
And shout out to Al Prophet. I like Al Prophet. He shouts you out quite a bit too. So.
Al Prophet solid. You know, I
Yeah,
know
he's
Al
solid.
Prophet.
I like Al
Yeah,
Prophet. Shout
yeah.
out.
The rightful Emmys DVDs and Nicky Barnes, you know, we got to give shout out to the pioneer dog because he
Yeah.
did that. Yeah, Guy Fisher was my favorite that Al Prophet did. I was a big fan of the Guy Fisher documentary, you know, because I knew some guys in Memphis that was like that, you know.
Okay. Well, let me ask you something. And I keep saying that. Let me ask you something. Do you think that? Because I don't. I feel like I got you here. I don't even want to let you go. I know you be busy. Um.
It's all good. We're gonna do a part two. You know, we always have to do a part two. That's you know.
Okay. But do you think that that members of the CMG label will be? Do you think something is gonna happen there as it relates to Young Dolph's case?
Um You know, I think Paul put that out. I think the attorneys on both sides put that out in court in terms of CMG paying for the attorneys. I don't think that was this is going on record, you know, and these records will be reviewed. The minutes in the courtroom will be reviewed. What's called the minimus uh will be reviewed by federal prosecutors, and they look at things with a different eye, whether they choose to pick that up or whether they don't. You know, we don't know anything enough about the process or any of that. It ain't our call. You know, that's the police, and I don't know, or I don't choose to know. I can't see justice in a lot of things they do. You know, so I don't mess with the police like that. You know, but that's how that process goes though. That is how that process goes. And that was live stream. So this was heard all over. Um so you know, they have privy to data also. You have to realize this. They have privy to data. Um they know a lot. And you know, I don't know how that's gonna go. Um I think they're gonna have to get the people of Memphis some type of resolve, though. I do believe that, and I think they're gonna have to get some type of resolve for this case. And I think that Gotti has been hung in the court of public opinion. And I think that Rock Nation is launching a campaign right now to do some infrastructure because it has caused certain damage to the Rock Nation management brand.
Oh wow.
What's happening going on right now? Now you understand that I work in this sector, so
Yeah, and I didn't know
um,
that.
yeah, and so they're running a lot of ads and campaigns, and a company like Rock Nation really don't need to lay out who they work with or the successful tours that they put on. We know that, and so then for them to run that type of ad, those type of ads, you also got a situation with a young lady revealing what was asked of her inside of her Rock Nation contract. That's happening right now. You guys can go and check that out. And how they had, you know, so many restrictions around even personal relationships and things like that. So this is a whole situation,
And you
and
think that stems from this young dolphin Yo Gotti's?
this is it's a lot of damage done to the brand. You know, a lot of damage to the brand. I think he did right by leveraging the catalog when he did. I think he saw it, you know, because you just can't kill Macho Man Randy Savage before the cage match pay per view. All these people want to see it. You feel what I'm saying? So you really screwed up, bro. You know, we really screwed up, man. You know, screwed up big time in terms of you know, the money. You know, because we don't even I don't see that type of interest around him as an artist at this point. You know, it seemed like that whole thing was keeping stuff going. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you know, but all in all, this was so wrong on so many different levels. Many prayers and much prayers out to the Thornton family. None of us can imagine what you guys have been through, and what you're dealing with every day. And we pray the Lord watch over you and keep a hand on y'all and the children. And we it's genuine love from the city of Memphis for the Thornton family, and y'all strength continues to inspire us. So
Yeah. Now I know that. Now, are you still producing for artists?
yeah, I'm doing a lot of like I said, a lot of the hours are on the laptop because the analytics and the data. I'm doing more for artists in terms of setting up how they collect money and generating the revenue streams more so than I guess when I'm producing music. A lot of the stuff that I put out that you see 2025 beside, it was just stuff already on my hard drive. I needed to put out more music because the catalog was getting appraised. If you once you get a year of statements from just one of these revenue streams, this is now you know you can leverage this just as you would an annuity or something else that pays off, so many times a year, or so this is a whole business. And the reason this is so important is because the only reason everybody was involved in all this is because they had artists, but they didn't know how to monetize and leverage their artists. So if someone comes along that got the money right now, that you don't want to wait on it, you don't want to put on, put risk your money. So I'm gonna give you this, and this is what you got to do, or you got to agree to this, or you got to go do this. And so the end has to come to that. And the way we do that is empowering the young people to handle their business correctly, connect this to your bank account, receive ACH payments, royalties from the songs you made, and then we can start young people making money in the communities where in Memphis where all this great music is being made.
Mm-hmm. Listen, my subs want to know, were you ever interviewed by the police as it relates to this case?
No, I have no reason to be interviewed because flight records would show that I hadn't even been to Memphis in 2 years at that point.
Okay, I think they're talking about based on the interview that you first
Oh
gave.
no, they don't have
You
any.
didn't have a lot of
I
knowledge.
trained a lot of these people in terms of media. So
Hmm.
when you hear me talking, yeah, I sound relaxed, but I know where I'm going with all of this.
Right,
And so, and not only that right there, but the way that you make sure that you not even in none of this is don't be a part of it.
right.
Yeah, just cause I know you and you decided you and John sat y'all finna go rob a bank, whoop them up, whoop the do. You feel what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It ain't got nothing to do with me. Cause I'm down here raising a, 6, 7 year old. I'm running a business. I'm recording music. My cell phone towers, my pings will let you know where I was at, baby. I was at the club. You feel
Does
me?
does
So
does Yo Gotti still owe you money?
um I filled out. So listen, this past month, Tamara, I don't never want no more songs with Mario Mills and Demario White Jr., bro. Never. Bro, this past month, these people haggled me on so much paperwork in July. My birthday was July the 5th, and the pay period ended on June 31. So I had a the check was gonna drop June 31. And boy, them Mario Mills, the Mario White Jr. songs, bro, they ran me hot. But we got it ironed out. And I ain't talking about them personally. I'm just talking about dealing with the way they have done business and how all this is set up. It's messy, man. It's messy.
Mm. So it's hard for you to get your money off of
No,
both
they
ends. It's hard
collecting
to
it. They
pay
collecting
somebody
it. It
and
just
money back.
when it comes to pinpoint percentages is when it get conflictish. That's what's going on.
Okay, I see. Well, if it's conflicting, are they getting a big percentage of their own money? Do you think? I know you can't count their money, but Do you
You
think
know,
that he wrote for the 100 million?
the most selfish person I know, he gonna get his money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, God gonna get his money. He, you know, everybody else that's up for question. Always have been. Shit. Yeah, now a lot of the stuff, they don't, certain people don't own. I can't, like I said, I can't say names and stuff, but I'm 50% on a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff, a lot of new stuff because they went to tampering with stuff that I own.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's how
So
they go.
would you ever be open to working with any CMG artist?
No, I ain't. I wouldn't. I ain't. Yeah, not like that, baby. No. I
What
don't
about
want.
your
I see.
relationship with
See,
Paper Boi?
all this is based on. See, I could have did a whole lot of stuff, but at the end of the day, I'm Mister I'm capable of. You feel what I'm saying? Like I been getting money before I knew y'all. But why I'm finna be sacrifice what I believe, what I stand on, and my integrity, and yeah, you a do boy for something like, bro. I don't play them type of games. You feel what I'm saying? I was brought up on a street called Nye in North Memphis, man, where you bought your own dope and you sold your own dope. You counted your own money. You feel me?
My dad grew up on Norman Street.
Yeah, like we do that right there, man. We cool. We can put something together. We can rock like this, and ain't no haters, cause we confident, young, we confident black men. We believe we can do it on our own, and so if it's that type of conflict and you acting like that. Well, bro, we gonna go find out how to do this. And it might take me a while. And you see what, because I'm not one of those guys, you see, it took time. If females, hey man, they ain't gonna wait on you this long. But guess what? At the end of the day, if Govan, uh, Straight Drop, Trula Records would have waited, guess who ended up with the keys to everything? Patience. And I try to talk to these young black men back then.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up with the keys anyway. It just
Mm.
took time. You see what I'm saying? So yeah,
So
and
would
Memphis
you
gonna
have
treat
a 6-year-old son and I know you mentioned the insurance agent and you think about some of these artists that come from the trenches of Memphis. I mean, nobody has to tell us how a lot of the Memphians are suffering because we grew up in those areas. We already know, right? So when you look at these artists that or these wannabe artists or these guys, they sign these contracts. I'm going back to the insurance agent and the car. Okay, the insurance
mm-hmm.
agent and the car. I want to know what do you think when you think about Black youngster? What is like the first thing that comes to your mind, just based on not even if you haven't met him, just based on what you've seen
I'm gonna
throughout
tell you what I
the
think. I'm gonna tell
situation.
you something. I'm gonna tell you. I think black youngster learned the business, and I think him and God had a misunderstanding about some publishing.
Oh, so they on the outs.
I think at a point they had a misunderstanding.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think he like I said, he learned the business. Um, and I think there was a misunderstanding somewhere about some money. Um, as far as what Black Youngster did in front of, well, not everyone in front of, but kind of trying to make it like it was Dolph Grave and all that. Sorry, bro. These niggas so sorry. That was man, please. Comic book, man.
What do you believe that the insurance agent has some type of credibility?
I do because I think he came out the gate not knowing nothing about
Mm-hmm.
what was gonna happen. I think he knew he was gonna be questioned that Monday, And I think Thad told him, "Come on, let's do it before you go down there."
Okay, but he initially got thrown up under the bus though when the heat got hot.
Yeah, because none of them knew that it was gonna go that big and it was gonna be that kind of pressure on it. You feel what I'm saying? And so, how I sit up here and talk about all this right here. This is my life, though. You feel what I'm saying? Can't nobody get mad at me about this. Is my life. You know what I'm saying? I can't unknow none of these people. If I wanted to, I couldn't unknow none of these people. You see what I'm saying? So, and what happened happened. That's another thing. Like, you know. They don't check your net worth when they blow your ass off, okay? So whatever I got going on, I get full security. How about that?
Right. Okay,
How about that?
I just got a couple more questions to ask you. Jeremiah Taylor. Do you remember
Who was
him?
that?
That's the young man that was taking care of the mural.
Yeah, that was crazy right there. What was up? What was up? What you want to ask me about that?
Do you believe that what happened to him, like, do you think that people were so jealous of Young Dolph that maybe
Man, that's
did you
what they got away with me right there. I'm like, dude, up there taking care of the mirror. What the hell? What? What? Man, listen. It's like they ain't want pictures of Young Dolph being put up around town and the memory. Bro, what kind of folks on some shit like that? The mind already dead. Who feel that type of way about things where they want to go kill the dude who taking care of the mural? Hey man, that's some hate, and y'all want. I don't want to hear y'all saying nothing, but I said devil spirit around there, and folks possessed by the devil and got an evil spirit. Oh no, 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 don't talk about me for saying that. Who go kill the mural? The dude who taking care of the mural? Who do that?
Oh wow. Well, let me ask you something. And what would you like for people to know
About what?
about
About
about you, about the situation?
See, I'm a God fearing man. You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, I was a realist. I walk out that door every day. I was prepared to blow your ass off while I was living in Memphis. And that's at the gas station. That's in front of the camera. That's whatever got to go on. You feel what I'm saying? And so I think that did something to me. I do. As I took years to decompress and going through post traumatic different situations because we were going to funerals back to back. You going to funerals back to back while you in that zone like that. You talking to somebody one day and not long from then that person is dead and you looking at them in the casket and it's from a gunshot wound. This what kind of throws everything off. It ain't like it was a lot of times it's no natural thing. So um you start um thinking, well, if they kill me, how I'm gonna look in that casket. You start picturing yourself. See, they don't talk about all this. They don't talk about what this shit doing to you. You feel what I'm saying? You start picturing yourself, but you got your pistol and you know that you can't hesitate. That's all you know. You don't know. You ain't trying to do nothing to nobody. You trying to keep your nose clean around there, but be not mistaken. You cannot hesitate. And so years of living like that, um, I'm blessed to be. You feel what I'm saying? It's what I could. I got this thing down to every 9 days. I collect a certain amount of money, and if I told you, you wouldn't even believe. You were like, how? You lying? But I'm lucky to be able to have the mental capacity to reconfigure things, to build the infrastructure I'm building for the young artists and the people I'm gonna be working with. And so I'm blessed. That's why I want everybody to know about me. You feel what I'm saying?
Mhm,
Because despite I ain't have to sell my soul for no pot of gold. You
mhm.
feel me?
Right.
Yeah, I ain't have to do that. I
Do you have
believe
any empathy for straight dropping them, like being like Cornelius and
I can. I don't. I ain't finna count to you. I don't. I don't. After seeing that video right there, man, Bugs Bunny ass nigga running with a chopper, man. I don't know where they got these niggas from, man. I just don't know nothing about none of that goofy shit like that. I don't. I don't. And see, I'm gonna tell you something else, Tamara. Out there in Fraser, it's a lot of foo-foo. A lot of goofy shit and a lot of wannabe this, that, and the other. But see, the whole time on the other side of town, I knew it was a group of niggas who really do what they do. You see what I'm saying? And so these two group of people, after 20 years, finally came together, said they're gonna do some business together, and it wasn't no good mix. That's all, you know.
Well, we're gonna go on here. We got 15 more minutes. We're gonna just do 2 hours, okay? Unless you want to do longer. But I want to say this: like you were around when, because you said you were around Pettis, which was they say it was DJ Paul's brother.
They
You
got the
saw
same
when the
dad.
beefing and stuff. Yeah,
They
you
got the
saw when
same
the beefing
dad.
and stuff was going on with 3 6 and with Yo Gotti. Nobody ever lost their life. So I think
You know,
one of the
Jay Z and Nas set a great example.
right.
Drake and Kendrick recently had face off. Um, let's talk about. We can go into Ice Cube and the NWA thing when
Yes.
they were going back and forth. We got a lot of favorite beefs out there in terms of entertainment and you know. Hell, Ultimate Warrior versus not, but we had a lot of great fights and conflicts and beefs. It's great entertainment, but you know, this guy, I don't know. This guy felt like he was, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, but nobody lost their life when the 3 6 and Play a Fly thing going on, and Triple Beach Mafia was a hard song too, and then you had the when God had made the little line on what up 3 6, you know, no you don't like me, that
Yeah,
didn't
well,
go.
it's called it was called um because I actually like the song. That's one of the ones he got that
Yeah. Drummer Boy did that beat.
shout out to Drummer Boy. He did this
Yeah, he
thing.
a whole nother piece of work while we talking about Drummer Boy. Yeah, he a whole nother piece of work. Okay. Now, Drum Boy did That's What's Up. He did Put On with Kanye and Jeezy. And that motif keyboard he used, that counted $2,400 down on his mama kitchen counter. And he went and got that keyboard. And you would have thought he didn't know me after that.
Oh wow.
We got way to LA. Way to LA. And a mutual friend of mine, Greg Street partner, came out to LA for the BT Awards. And he came over to my spot and he said, hey man, yeah, what's going on, man? I just left Drummer Boy house. I said, you just left Drummer Boy house? Where you stay at? And he looked up at me, he said, you don't know where Drummer Boy stay at? I said, nah. He like, man, y'all fucked up, man. Y'all bad, man. Y'all don't fuck with y'all. Memphis folks don't fuck with each other, man. He said, Drum Boy stay across the street from you, bro, in the Chase building right there. I said, what? Bro, we 3,000 miles from Memphis, bro.
Oh wow.
We we 3,000 miles. We see each other walking. We come pulling out the garage. I don't know why these niggas get where they. But see, I had it early, bro. I don't act
It's
like about
Southern
you.
spirit, unfortunately, with all the talent in our city, it's
Yeah,
still
it was.
Southern spirit in our city.
Yeah, the togetherness is not present, and it has cost so much. Uh, Atlanta know it. They took advantage of every opportunity. Every time you dropped the ball, they picked it up and they ran with it. And you niggas fall on out some more. They said so they can get them some more money. So nobody never know that y'all the Memphis is the real. You feel what I'm saying? 'Cause y'all always into it with each other.
With all the talent, it's supposed to be nothing but wealth flowing throughout the black community with all the talent, with the swag that is acquired, our swag, our sound, our lingo. all of that. A lot of people have stolen that, used that, incorporated that into some of their culture or whatever, and it's still a covenant spirit, a jealous spirit that breeds throughout our city, and
Yeah,
that's
see, you
that's
had
the
if we
downfall.
if we go back down in Mississippi, you had 7 to 8 thousand slaves on the plantation with only 2 or 3 white folk, 2 or 3 overseers. We talking about 6, 7, 8 thousand niggas and only 2 or 3 white folk. And the way they did it was they created a hierarchy within the niggas and jealousy and put him over him and give him more than him, and we'll create this little hierarchy that keeps everything in place. Where if you were smart enough to snap out of that, everybody will work together and realize we all in the same. You feel what I'm saying?
Hmm. I gotta ask you this question because I think that this is a good question. Shout out to Street Flames. He's because I had forgotten about this one. He says, so who was playing both sides with Gotti and Dolph? Because you hear people say that there were people that was keeping instigating this and keeping it going that was playing both sides.
Um, you know, Mike T, a whole hoe for a lot of shit he did. Both sides. I think we talking about
Now who was
DJs
Mike
and
T?
industry people. Industry people.
Was he a DJ, Mike T?
He is a DJ.
Oh, okay.
But people were coming. It wasn't so much of who were playing both sides, more so than who could have put the fire out. And you had, I forgot dude name. He was Soldier Boy manager or something. And he got up there saying, "Yeah, I talked to Young Dolph, man, a whole Disney character in Memphis. Man, don't about respect shit you talking about. What did you talk about? You tried to squash something, bro? Watch out, bro. Like, bro, y'all be wanting 2, 3 minutes of fame for what, bro? To say nothing. But who was playing both sides? It wasn't so much of playing both sides, my G. It was more so about who had the ability to put the fire out. And that was a number of people. That was a number of people. There was a number of people who was close to Dolph, and but once again, you also have to look at, because they miscount the attempts. First attempt was in front of the Westin, where Stevie J and them got reported. They thought it was Stevie J, and Jocelyn was in the club that night at CIAA. Keon get caught running across the expressway with a chop. Oh Lord, I don't know what these niggas, these niggas is real life. God damn, that mind. Oh Lord. Anyway, bro, you ain't want to kill nobody, bro. You standing way over there shooting at a van, bro. Go sit down, bro. You don't want to kill nobody, bro. Second attempt, Black Youngster shows back up. 100 shots at Dolph. He make the song. Third attempt in front of the Lowe's Hotel, they actually put a part through him.
You talking about in
Like,
Los Angeles?
that was the third.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So I just feel like at that point, ain't you made your point? Had you feel like you made your point? Can is that it? People been taken into custody of persons as a person of interest. You in handcuffs for the first time, got it. After about a call, we seen you on the picture. See what I'm
Got
saying?
it with the
And
handcuffs. I don't remember seeing
he
that.
was, he was detained.
In Los Angeles?
He was detained that day.
Okay.
He was detained that day. Temporarily, they let everybody go, then took Vato.
So they
Yeah.
decided that he would be the
Yeah, he was
spectacle.
temporary. Yeah, he was temporarily. But like I said, they took what's the name, and I'm sure they found out that wasn't him who shot. That Vato wasn't that wasn't the right person. They didn't have the right person, and they knew that because of course, they gonna test his arm for gunpowder residue.
Well, somebody ran.
Correct. Which would make you wonder why Keon was doing time in a California prison in the North Carolina where he was sentenced.
So you think Keon did that?
I don't know who did that, but I tell you one thing we know it wasn't Vato because we know that once he was in custody, his arm would have been tested.
Right.
We know that. Yeah. So we
Find
know it wasn't him. Right. So uh we don't know who which
Well,
one
I
of them it
mean,
was.
if Keon is now in jail, now I guess it all kind of makes sense. If you're saying now he's in California doing time, and
It's
then
on
he
record.
goes,
Let
yeah,
me
well,
interject one more
I'm
time.
sure it's on record because I've heard other
Thank
people
you.
say,
Thank you. Thank you.
and then you have Keon to post on his website or on his Instagram, basically, alleging being accusatory as it relates to Vato, which was just weird within itself. See,
Yeah,
that's when I
I
get
heard
into
about that part.
saying both ends against the middle, because we already know that Keon is an executive at CMG, so Keon would never
That
have
sounded
posted.
good. That sounded good. What he the executive over? But that
I don't
sounded
know.
good. Go ahead.
That's
I'm
what
sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
sounds
Go
good.
ahead.
He
Go ahead.
probably ain't, but I don't believe Keon would have ever posted something like that without first some of talking to like Yo Gotti and them
Thank
first.
you. Okay, you ain't got to beat around the bush. Ain't nobody post a shit without talking to your God. Thank you. Thank you. You ain't got to beat around.
Hmm.
Ain't nobody doing shit without talking to your God.
Right.
Oh man, it's all good, man. You know, if that's the only way they feel like they can be great. That's what they chose to do, man. You know what I'm saying? You make your bed, you go lay in it though.
Hmm.
But why not just build your own and collect my own and be great in whatever capacity you able to be great, and I ain't got to go do shit. You ain't gonna tell me to do nothing I don't feel righteous and motivated to do. You feel what I'm saying? That's such a great feeling. I don't know. I don't relate to those guys, Tamara.
Well, I'm glad you don't, because like
Yeah.
I said, I think the reason that I'm getting a real bad echo.
You
Do
are?
you have your earplug? Do you have your earplug or something in?
No, I don't. Let me pause right here. Okay. Go ahead. Is it better now?
Um, okay. Well, no, well, I'm gonna just talk anyways, but you don't hear the feedback. But I think one of the reasons that people have such an interest, they're saying it's echoing real bad.
It is on your when you talk.
Yeah, and they can hear the echo too,
Hold on.
because there's
Hold
no
on.
echo when you talk.
Oh, well, why you think it's something on my end?
I
Yeah,
don't know. Maybe you guys talk
everything's
back because
normal.
I hadn't touched
Everything
anything.
everything looks normal on my end.
Okay, do you have me on speaker?
I do have you on speaker. Should I take you
That's
off of speaker?
probably it. Yeah. Okay. Now I don't hear it. When he took me off speaker, now I don't hear the echo at all. But one of the reasons why I think a lot of people, not just me, but a lot of people have such an interest in this as it relates to what uh I don't know. There's a message to be put out there. There's a lot of talent in Memphis, and what happened to Young Dolph never should have happened. A lot of people, I think a lot of these artists who's got the potential, they get raped by the music industry. I just think that it was just a travesty to take out somebody like Young Dolph that was really learning the industry, to one of the ones to be able to help to produce generational wealth. I think that's the sad part, about it. I don't know what happened. Hold on, yeah. Hold on. Are you there?
Can you hear me now?
Okay. I don't hear any echoes at all. now.
Okay, yeah, I'm trying to fix it because you said that. I was listening to part of the question. I think you were talking about generational wealth and how they can be done. Um,
Because let
carbon,
me just say this: when I told somebody that I was interviewing you, they said you was one of the ones that went and learned their real estate stuff and really became successful.
and you know, it takes that type of mind to break apart the puzzle that this industry is. Um, you know, when I had my second child, I kind of panicked um, about, you know, just I guess natural again for becoming a parent once again, and I wanted to learn coding because I realized that every app on my phone was written in Python, and so the journey really started there. And I'm not going to go much further than that because I don't want some of the people who may be listening, the wrong people or certain people, to know for them to know what I know. Because if I start talking too much about what I actually know and what I'm capable of, they can make me a target.
Right.
Now, the company is called Carbon Data Streaming.com. Um, a lot of testing and a lot of research dollars. The research and development tax credit that they just introduced this year, all your business owners out there, the R&D tax credit. I got to get there, bro. I just spent so much money, you know. But what we have developed is a method. Like I said, every song is broke apart into multiple revenue streams, and I'm gonna tell you real quick, just give you guys a preview. Um, so if one song pays me four different ways, I took one of those ways over to these people over here, and they gave me X amount of money as a loan without using my SSN, regardless of my credit, any of that right there. But the other three revenue streams associated with this one song continue to come. So this is a lot of money. This is why these people don't want you in this shit. This is why they don't want you knowing how this shit work. This is why you supposed to just be a nigga who rapping about all the people that you done killed and all of this her, and just let us handle all this her, and we gonna give you a check and you go buy you some rims and a new car. You feel what I'm saying? That's why they operating on that level, because this is a lot of money. But we are the number one, Memphis. We are the number one. We are the highest population of black people in the U.S. We are number one. Detroit is number two. ATL is now number three, with Jacksonville, Florida coming in at number four. So we are, in terms of numbers, in terms of the black population, what Atlanta used to be. We're number one now. This is factual. So we have to understand the value of the market, number one. Number two, in order to get the information, you got to rock with somebody who got the information. I ain't say you had to like nobody, but you got to rock with somebody to get the information, to learn, do your own independent research, learn what's going on. You feel what I'm saying? And like I said, my company is going to offer that. But the way we offer it, you know, we want everything to be in its proper place. So we, by the end of this last quarter, everything will be in pocket, everything will be live, and you know, we're gonna be able to help a lot of young people. Now, I could do this a lot of different ways, and I thought about this where I could be just like them. Fuck, I ain't teaching nobody shit. I just give you 50,000 and take all your shit. You feel what I'm saying? I could really, because right now, currently, you don't know how to turn this into money, and I do. But that's not gonna make us great as a whole if it's just one more selfish ass nigga that won't let nobody else eat. You see what I'm saying? That ain't gonna work. You see what Erston got us. And y'all picked the wrong nigga to run everything. And y'all picked the wrong nigga to get behind. You feel what I'm saying? A selfish ass nigga. You feel what I'm saying? So we got to have somebody, and that's why I kind of rest easy. Everybody kind of felt good. Well, it's a yin and a yang. You got Young Dolph, he offering people opportunities and like signing folks and doing this, that, and the other. So we kind of got a yin to the yang, but now we took the yin away from the, we just got the yang now. And ain't nothing got built. Ain't no community center. Really, you worth 100 million, you ain't built shit.
That's
Bro,
question.
bro, these niggas count, bro.
Well,
Listen,
Grove Hero, we gotta give Grove Hero his flowers because
man,
he
get
did.
that man his prop. Let me tell you something. The Gold Hero understand the tax laws. That's why he gave that Lamborghini away. Because in order for me to help, I need to claim income and I need to be able to give back. Look, I don't need to donate or do no fake write-off. I just go help some of my partners. And I write that off. And it gonna make me big. And
Right.
listen, my God, it is a brainiac, man. He know all of this. I taught him real estate. I showed him how to do comparables. I told him how to read an appraisal. I told him what a uniform residential sales contract looked like. I showed it to him. This, hey, I'm telling you, he choose not to fuck with you. So quit thinking it's something else. Cause it ain't.
What you think about? I gotta ask this. What you think about this situation that happened with? Were you around when that situation happened with Gotti and B Slash?
Say what now? Oh, V Slash, my dog. V Slash was a hell of a songwriter. You know, got them choppers you understand. Um, got White shot it, cheap price shot it. V Slash, that's all V Slash. Yeah, V Slash was a hell of a machine behind it. You know.
Oh wow. I got two more questions because I can tell you getting rested. I'm gonna put you on mute when I ask the question because I'm echoing.
Okay.
Shout out to John Brown. John Brown says, did you see in the news last week that police gave an update on Jukes unaliving and said they don't have any clues? Do you think? I'm asking you, is this what you believe? Do you believe what happened to Big Juk had anything to um was it totally separate from what people are saying that it had something to do with? Okay, you're off mute.
I don't totally separate from what people had saying it had to do with. I want to answer that the best way. People are saying it had to do with what? The Young Dolph thing, right?
Right.
Okay. And so do I think it's something separate from that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Didn't even mention my show, the Enology. I'm gonna go into a lot of that stuff right there. Enology is a show that I'm bringing up, my way of seeing things, my way of interpreting things, and that's why we decided to call it Enology. But in terms of the book of Juke, and I don't think it did have something to do with the Young Dolph thing. To answer your question, first of all, I feel like it definitely did. Juke had not been to town in a while before their funeral. It was going to take a stone cold, ice cold killer to pull that off. I knew that. People in attendance at that funeral that I cared about, and I was praying that day, and I just know some of these folks didn't deserve to get caught up in none of that. I didn't know what was going to go on. And then I got a call. They said the funeral over. I said, oh, the funeral over? Shit, okay, cool. I said, man, praise God, man. Ain't nothing happened to nobody. And everything, I guess everything. And then not that long afterward, we all know what happened, you know. But if it would have came down to it, I knew that whoever was going in there, or if anything was gonna go on, he would have he gotta have the heart to kill him right there in front of everybody if that's what it took, because it was so much on the line at that point that nobody could interfere in it. I wasn't trying to interfere in nothing. I felt like all of these affairs was something outside of me, and I ain't know nothing about how it got to this point. And I just was hoping that the people I knew and the people I knew didn't get hurt at the church, because I knew if it came down to it, it wasn't gonna matter who was there or what camera was rolling or nothing. I knew these people were hell bent.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna put you on mute again so I won't be echoing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So are you saying that you think it has something with the Young Dolph's case? Do you think maybe it has something to do with the statement that he gave?
That would be my opinion, and I would say yes. I mean, um, anytime you giving a statement as an informant for the state or for the federal correction or the federal courts, I mean, you subject, you about to put somebody in jail, or you potentially finna put somebody in jail, and for something like that right there, everything's in the game. And if you ain't got nothing to do with none of this, and you ain't involved in this right here, everybody really needs to stay out of it. And so that's how it went. But it's so crazy because it's a silence that was over the town, and a certain group of people knew at what height things were at. Like, it was at such a height, but it was never spoken, and nobody knew nothing. That was, we knew it was tension, and we knew everything that was going on, and we knew that, okay, this guy's about to come back. He probably gonna come back, and this funeral, and Gotti probably gonna be there, and things were such a high tension around town. And I know y'all are like, nigga, you down in Miami, but see, I'm the electricity that make a lot of this shit tick. And when I say that, I mean I help people, and I remind people that they don't have to do certain things, and I teach them things that help them get money in a different way. Maybe not the best way, and it might not even be might not even be legal, but you ain't gotta hurt nobody in the process. You see what I'm saying? And so I put a lot of fires out a lot of times, and I had to do that this weekend with Stan. It was getting crazy after the no jumper thing. I had to remind everybody, yo, man, listen, this dude a blogger, man. You know what I'm saying? This dude he ain't in no streets, he ain't in no conflict. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't want this shit out. Why it's in the newspaper? Why it's on Fox 13? You feel what I'm saying? You can't get mad at Real Talk with Tamara from reporting something that's public information. Fuck you niggas. You feel what I'm saying?
They mad at me too.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, y'all give. I ain't never seen you spring on Jeremy Pierre. Tough ass nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, if you're tough, go spring on Jeremy Pierre then on camera.
That's right.
Yeah, cause he reporting the same shit we report, the bloggers report. So, but everybody want to be a star. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I'm gonna let them do them, man.
I tell you, somebody else because they loving you on here.
Oh man, I ain't even looking at the thing. I'm just speaking from the heart. You know what I'm saying? Let me send a shout out to Olivet Baptist Church on Southern Boulevard. Let me tell you something about Pastor Kenneth Whalum Jr. While we on here, you feel me?
Go ahead.
If you need a new church home, go over there to Olivet. You feel what I'm saying? And catch it one Sunday. You ain't got to be dressed up. That's what I want to say.
Well, you doing virtual class whenever I might
Say that. I'm sorry. Say that again.
do a virtual class on dropping some information on their real estate. I might take the shit. You
I
told
did.
Gotti, you might as well tell the people that's gonna pass it on.
See, that's what was happening. That's what was happening. I was on this. I had owned so many houses. I ran like 1.3 in like 16 months. And so when I started flying to New York and they was handing me contract for like 50,000, 100,000, I was like, bro, I already got this money, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And y'all talking about 5 albums? Now Gotti went back up there and took the 50 from TVT. It wasn't no big thing because we already had this kind of money, but that was his opportunity to dive into the system, and that's what his choice was to do. But you know, I was looking at it like three of my houses worth. I know what this worth. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, I wasn't even. But I was originating the loans and doing the rehab work. I did that to get out the streets. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That's
So,
something I thought about getting into loan originally.
yeah, I was doing loans. I wasn't doing credit repair at that time. That came later on, and yeah, I was doing that. And then I would go down to Mississippi and jump on stage and get 3 grand, and I still came home at night. You feel what I'm saying? I always been that type of man. If I got a woman, hey man, I'm coming. If I'm coming home, man. You feel what I'm saying? That's just how I
Ladies, you
roll.
heard that. But
Yeah, so,
from,
and
let's
we
hear
wanted to
from
be we wanted
let,
to be
let,
peace there when we get the men wanted to be peace there when we get there too now, but I'm
because
coming, yeah.
women cuts up bad.
Huh?
We Memphis women cut up bad.
Yeah, that's rough right there. I had a rough time with a couple of them, but it's all good, man. We're gonna put that to the side.
I'm gonna put you on mute again because I'm echoing. I gotta ask you this question.
Okay.
They said, Mr. N, is LLC or in your own name better for real estate?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Okay. I like the S corp because of the tax benefits. Um, the LLC is a limited liability company, as you know, and so depending on what you're doing, it can pose certain issues, but it can function in certain ways like a corp. But the research the S corp and the taxes associated, the tax breaks, and why people use S corps. Also, you have a plethora of tax benefits associated with real estate. So you know, learn how to play the game. We can't do all that on this show, but you know, learn how to play the game because Memphis is a great market. Let me not say that right there. You should go and learn the basic mechanics of finding a property, rehabbing it, and closing on it, or doing something where you can make money with real estate if you're not involved in anything else. Physical property. Um, Intellectual property is just as important as physical property. You can borrow money on physical property, but you can also borrow money on intellectual property. These are two very, very important different types of property that our Jewish Americans um, deal with a lot. Let me just say it that way. So these are the main two: intellectual and real estate. Those two there, and when I say intellectual property, don't forget that the whole Black History Month is made up of white folks robbing you for the shit you invented and came up with. So when you think I'm just ain't talking about nothing when I'm talking about intellectual property, just remember that somebody stole the Jack Daniels recipe. Somebody stole the Hennessy recipe. Somebody stole the stoplight and a whole bunch of other shit that we never patented or we never got credit for. And so when you create something and when you make something, you have to take the proper steps to register and protect it. Go ahead, Tom.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So,
you say, are you
are you
using a
using a
CPN?
CPN?
Am I using a CPN?
Do you
Do
use
you use
CPNs to get
CPNs
your
to get your
property?
property?
I do not. I do not because I don't have use for those type of tools at this point. There can be a useful tool depending on how you use it, what you know about it. Um, the key to this is data acquisition, and that's why I'm in Miami because the technology and data is the leading product. So Equifax is acquiring different data entities, including uh, things like a current and different Equifax products, Equifax Data Science Lab. So, uh, for instance, at one time, people were filing identity theft reports through an online police reporting system called CopLogic. Well, Equifax saw this, and even though they have nothing to do with municipalities and their police departments, they bought CopLogic, like just bought the whole system. So you couldn't do that no more. So they did a lot of this. And so as you understand how things connect and Corey P. Smith, that's who y'all need. I'm sorry. Let me stop right here. Y'all need to go read Corey P. Smith, How to Outsmart the Credit Bureaus. It's a North Memphis nigga. Okay. He he has a best-selling Get Rich or Die Trying type book. When they put Napoleon Hill up on Amazon, they put a North Memphis nigga book right next to it. It's called How to Outsmart the Credit Bureaus. Go read it.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me
Let
ask
me
you this.
ask you
What
this.
I'm gonna have to
I'm
put
gonna
you
have to
on
put
mute
you on
while I
mute while
ask
I
this
answer this
question.
question.
I put him on mute, y'all, so I won't be echoing. What do you think about how Young Dolph's artists are doing at this point? Do you think that he left them in a good position? Do you think that they have what it takes to, after all of this, all of the dust have settled in this situation, do you think they got what it takes to what he taught them to take over the industry?
Well, from a company standpoint, PRE is setting on so much valuable intellectual property that truly no one should have to work or think about money unless there is some conflict with the family not getting that. You feel what I'm saying? So from a first, before I go to the artist, the company itself, I mean, you think Dolph was nobody could little baby couldn't keep up with him at Icebox. Nobody had a $3 million, $4 million fleet of cars, bro. Nobody got that. Nobody had that type of money to be screwing off like that. It's because he went through with it. He decided I'm gonna own it all. I'm gonna be my own boss no matter how long it takes. And it took a long time. Some of these girls ain't gonna stick with you through this shit. You know, by the time you make it the way you going, you ain't gonna need these all gonna be married and fat. You feel what I'm saying? This is patience. This is drive, and so he deserved it at the end. In terms of the artist, um, Daddy O is the CEO. Daddy O is capable. Daddy O is capable. What he decides that he gonna push and who he gonna get behind. Um, I like Snoop bands. I listen to Snoop band stuff. I listen to I don't know. I'm out to lunch on a lot of Key Glock stuff. I'm out. The jury's out to lunch on some of that stuff because that's a very murky picture. I don't understand what happened right there in a lot of ways. So I can't lie and say I listen to a lot of Key Glock, but I listen to
Oh, he
Snoop band. Yeah, I listen to a lot of the old stuff. I'm just saying what I listen to. You feel what I'm saying? Now, the one that was trending on social media a trending sound and song. Yeah, of course, yeah, of course I'm turning that up. We bumping it. They bumping it in the club everywhere, you know. So yeah, I like the record, but I ain't gonna lie, like I got into some of this stuff, like I see dollar signs and um, some of these records I play from Dolph that just have me in a zone, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I ain't seen nobody come out to answer your question. I ain't seen nobody come out with that type of spark. I think the time out for a lot of this type of music. I mean, I haven't been recording rap music. I think the style of music that they doing, um, I done heard everybody copy Moneybag Flow. I done heard everybody copy so and so. Like everybody rap like they from Memphis. Big X the plug. Everybody rap like they from Memphis, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? So now what you gonna do? Because they successful. They on videos. They making money rapping like you. So now what you gonna do?
Right.
Right. So we
So,
got. It's gonna take the right producer gonna have to turn the page.
okay, I'm
Okay,
putting
I'm
you
putting
mute
you
again
in
because
again
I'm
because I'm
echoing.
in.
So, do who do you believe it when they say that that somebody who do you think promised straight drop that he would be the next big thing on CMG if this happened with Young Dolph?
I think he saw Boogie, and I think Juke gave some indication.
Okay.
Okay. And that's fair for a young dude like Straight Drop. That's fair to believe it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I saw that. And speaking of Boogie, I made that point over there that Boogie was not Juke's artist, and I feel like he should have been. That's my opinion. Once again, everybody got those. You feel what I'm saying? But if I want my brother to eat and we done carried on this CEO persona so long, bro, I'm finna go on put you in position. You know,
So
that's just
just
my.
for
So
that position,
I mean, in order to own rights to see when it come down, let me tell you something about this money. I'm constantly stressing about like these songs and these royalties. See, this forever money. Your kids gonna get this money. These folks will kill you over this money. This forever, this in perpetuity. You understand what I'm saying? So ain't nobody giving no shit like that away unless they really, 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 really want to. You understand? So if Boogie's his artist, then he gonna decide the splits on the publishing. He gonna decide what beats we use and who's gonna own it, who's gonna claim that beat. I'll pay the producer out cash, and I'm Big Jug. I'm gonna own this beat, and then it's my artist. And when it go big, I'm gonna receive residual payments for what's going on. You understand what I'm saying? And so where did that happen with? What artist did that happen with? Is what I'm asking.
okay.
Okay. I'm just saying. See, we get down to it, and you start adding it up, and it don't add up. What artist? I'm gonna ask y'all again because y'all know or might know or think you know. What artist was he close enough to affiliated with or signed that he would be collecting some type of guaranteed concrete payments and create stability in his situation and setting up his management company, his thing. When did that happen?
It should have
It
been
should
Big
have been
Boogie.
Boogie. Huh?
I thought.
See,
I'm so,
since y'all claim Yo Gotti is rapping all about Big Juke's life, and since y'all claim that this was the base of all this, then at some point, don't we supposed to put the big dad in position though? But see that level, see your selfishness gonna show through. See, you can talk all that shit you want to, but your selfishness and your actions gonna show what you is. And what you is a snake, nigga. And you thought everybody was gonna be scared to tell you that. But just like you, I woke up every day ready to die and ready to kill. So we the same, baby. So I ain't scared to tell you that you was wrong.
He was
He
wrong
was
for
wrong
what?
for that. For having anything to do with it, or as Stan even said, passing the energy that way.
Hmm. Let me
Let
ask
me
you this.
ask
I
you,
gotta put
I
you on
put
mute.
y'all mute.
A lot of people want to know about Daddy O. There's very little that is known about him. Um, was what do you think about the direction that what him and Dolph built and the direction that he's taken um paper route in?
You know, I think Daddy O was one of the greatest supporters of Dolph. I think he believed in Dolph very, very early when none of us knew Dolph. When none of us knew, what was possible. I think we should all give him credit for that because he saw inside of that situation and he saw something in Dolph. And I think we gonna be satisfied with whatever direction he take things in because he was there from the beginning. And just like y'all hadn't seen him and I don't know when, and that funeral happened, and it like, for a second there he didn't even want nobody to touch the casket. He looked like he wanted to tell everybody get the fuck back. You know what I'm saying? And so I felt him, and I think he know what he doing, you know. But he can't make talent that's not present. You understand what I'm saying? So uh, they gotta come with something that's breakthrough, that's worthy of saying this is a breakthrough. This right here. I think Key Glock is got big records, and like I said, you can see from the shows that the people love what he's doing. Um, as you can see, this is a mostly white base that's buying $400 tickets, $300 tickets to festivals and things like that. So as much as people would like to think that they're the decision maker for if a song or if music is hot or not, actually they're not, because you don't buy $300 tickets and fly over to the other side of the country to go see Key Glock. So you you're not a decision maker. The white kids that go and buy those tickets and go on spring break to see Key Glock, they the ones that make him hot. You feel me? So
Shout out to
all of the art is objective though. You might not think that none of this shit hard, and that's okay.
Key
Mm-hmm.
Glock
Key
hard.
Glock hard. Yeah.
Why do you
Why do
think
you
that
think the
Moneybag
money bag
have
have
processed
process
as,
that
I'm gonna put
I'm
you
gonna
on
put
mute.
you on mute? Okay.
As good as Moneybag is with his music and all of that, his sound, and I kind of believe Finesse two times because when Finesse two times got out, Finesse was blazing hot. And Finesse started talking about how he helped Moneybag with his sound, and I could see that. Finesse came before Moneybag. Their tones are different, but the flow is kind of like the same. Why do you think that Process Service, as high, as good as Moneybag is, as talented as he is, why do you think that Process Service chase him down? He's supposed to be rich.
Process servers.
Yeah, for not
Yeah, but
paying
not
his
paying his
bills.
bills. Not paying what?
His
His
bills.
bills. Are we talking about child support bills when we say bills?
Bills.
Bills. Oh, you mean like I owe a jeweler or something?
And
And
furniture and
furniture and
condos too.
condos. Oh yeah, it's rock star life. They go into places, and I ain't never did that because you know what I'm saying. I just you had to have your own. That's how I experienced everything. But they go into places and eat and buy stuff and take stuff and just be like, fuck it, I guess.
I gotta ask you this before because I forgot. I forgot this about 2 or 3 or 10 times because we've been on here 2 hours and a half. I gotta ask you this. I remember when you said that there were other bosses that was pushing for this to happen. What did you mean by when you said this?
Pushing for what part to happen though? Like,
What happened to Young Dolph? You said don't let
no. Nobody was pushing for that. No one agreed to that. Nobody was down with that. The people who getting money and these guys who been having money and who all of us know, none of them applaud that. None of them were down with that. None of them agreed with that. This was um, that group of guys riding around, and I guess they came up with whatever plan. But as far as like, no, after the fact, they were pissed, and then they realized Zook had given a statement, and that pissed them off more.
who is that?
Hey man,
You don't have to say it. Don't worry about it.
yeah, these guys, man. These the only guys I know had $1 million in high school, 11th grade, 12th grade.
And
Really
for
had a
all of
million.
them, tell me.
Really had $1 million. The police kicked in the door and took a $500,000. They was in the one of them was in 11th grade.
Mm-hmm. Well, you don't, I don't even know.
Yeah, these some older guys, and they just they good guys though. They didn't want to see that happen to Dolph. That was really bad, man. You don't get blessed by doing bad things to good people. So don't
Right.
think nobody can make a lot of money and then stay out the way in Memphis and they this terrible person. No, that's not the case. Just because I say bosses and this, that, and the other, these guys got empathy. You know, we all done fucked up,
Mm-hmm.
and we all have understanding towards each other about, you know, well, we gonna give you a little slack in the rope because you were going through something, but you got to fix it. You know.
Okay. Well, will you come back at some point and talk more about real estate?
Yeah, I will. And Braden, Curtis Braden, um, is a partner of mine. He gave me so much insight and so much information. BJ Worthy, who was with Cry Like for 30 years. Uh, Rest in peace. Mike Fernley gave me so much mentorship at Caleb Fernley and Caleb. I closed at just about every attorney's office in Memphis. Um, I seen Moneybag the first time in my life rehabbing a house in South Memphis around the corner from Hamilton. So that's how long I've been doing this.
We know it like the back of your hand.
Yeah, so we could talk real estate. We'll do that. And I'll come back and I just want to clarify some things. I didn't really have nothing preset, guys, that I want to talk about. More than anything, I think it's uh, I'm gonna go into the last shout outs to everything right now. More important than anything about bringing everybody together. Gotta remember to send a shout out to True Results. In the beginning, I just didn't understand what True Results' motive was and what was going on, but uh, I later learned that True was a guy from the community that appreciated the good stuff that dude was doing, and just flat out felt like, man, this shit ain't right. You know what I'm saying? And he got the right to do that. And for him standing up, and when a lot of pressure was on him, I gotta get hats off to True, man. And somebody told Goan said, they said you gonna kill True Results. Go ahead and say, I don't kill no motherfucking, but fuck True Results. So even though everybody stand where they stand, you know, ain't nobody supposed to be. in danger, like the young man who was doing the mural and all of this stuff right here about what standing up for what they believe in. Cause see, when you start attacking people for standing up for what you believe in, then see the real killers gonna come out. Cause folks gonna have their voice and they're gonna feel the way they're gonna feel, and you gotta let them. You understand what I'm saying? So, shout out to True Results. Munchie with the track Hawk. Gotta send a shout out to that guy. He's working hard. I'm watching you. Uh, Real talk with Tamara. We wouldn't have a representation of a black woman who ain't scared to talk if it weren't for you.
Well, thank
Thank
you.
you. You know, and so shout out to everybody who doing it. Um, I'm gonna do the no jumper interview. So we're gonna do some more stuff. We got a lot planned, but more so than anything, the new music, and I got some things coming to network television. So it's gonna be an exciting time. I appreciate you having me on and talking to everybody.
I want to
I
ask
want
you
to ask
this.
you this.
Hold on.
Hold on.
He said that because I've seen Govan's brother in my chat. Shout out to Stanley. I actually like him. I think he told me a story about he can't come into the chat. I think he just don't want to come into the chat. I mean, I get mad when people come into my chat and then they stop coming in my chat and start going to other chats. Okay, but has Govan been mad at me?
Go man, y'all don't know. I really hate this how y'all got to know quick. Let me say that right there, Tom. I do. I ain't lying. And I ain't saying it trying to take nobody's side because sometimes when I seen those children on stage, like I said at the Fed Forum, I ain't give a fuck about what a lot of them niggas were talking about. You heard me? But I don't give a fuck they call themselves bosses. I'm sorry about the L-bomb. I don't care if they call themselves bosses or not, man. Them children, man, and all that didn't deserve it, man. So I don't co-sign no part of none of this. I'm a stand-up dude. You feel what I'm saying? And uh uh but going back to touch on this, I hate this how y'all got to know quick because he's a jokester. He's hilarious. He's a riot. He really is. I mean, he's a complete goofball. A complete goofball. You feel what I'm saying? All day long. All he wanna do is BS, check, and play. Aside from making money and stuff like that. So, you wanna know why these people fool with a guy like that is because you don't really you getting one you meeting this person when he's being accused of this, and I don't know if he had something to do with what he did or what he didn't do. You feel what I'm saying? But I just hate y'all met dude on that terms right there. That's all I wanted to say. I ain't taking up for nobody, but I'm just that's all I want to say about that because a complete freaking goofball, bro.
Hold on, I
Hold
want
on,
to
I
play
want to
this.
play it.
Where them hot girls, hot girls, hot girls, where them hot girls, hot girls, hot girls, where them hot girls, hot girls, hot girls, where them hot girls, hot
You
girls,
said you was gonna play something?
walking like a dog, like a dog, yeah,
Hello?
walking like a dog,
Can you hear
Can you
it?
hear it? No, I can't.
like a dog, yeah, walking like a dog.
I hope you
I
own
hope
the
you
rest
own
of
the
that so
rest
you
of
can
that so you
clear
can
it.
clear it. Oh, yeah. Well, if you playing the music and the content ID system, all you artists out there, so the content ID system picks up the song in less than a second. AI operates the content ID system, picks up the song, it matches it with the ISRC. Remember that thing they gave you the ISRC when you put your song out? So the content ID system will match that, and that's how it knows where the money's supposed to go to.
Well, clear
Well,
it.
clear it. Yeah,
I
it's
just
gonna go. It's gonna go where it's supposed to go anyway. Yeah, it's gonna go where it's supposed to go anyway. All you gotta do is play it.
okay.
Absolutely. Okay.
Let me
Let me
say
let me
this.
say this.
So they give you a choice on if you want to allow this YouTuber to play the song. You don't want to do anything, or you want to get the money. for the whole YouTube. I would appreciate it if you would just decide you didn't want to do anything. Okay.
Is that what you're saying? Are
Yeah.
you talking? You talking to me right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you said you would appreciate if I said I didn't want to do anything, as in what?
As when
As
they,
when they,
I just
I
played your
just played
song
just
"Walking Like a
like a
Dog."
dog. I can't hear it. I can't hear it. Maybe because you playing it on. Okay. Are you talking about on the radio, or you talking about you played it on the broadcast right now?
I'm playing. I
I'm
just
playing.
played it
I
on the
just played on
broadcast
the
right
broadcast.
now.
Okay, yeah, I can't hear it. But if it's playing, it's gonna pick up. I appreciate that. That's love. That's all. That's see that when you saw when I looked in our DMs, I saw the message where I said, I got to show you something. I got to talk to you about something. Remember that DM? Yeah. So it was involving all of this because you got a lot of viewership, you got great numbers. Guess what else? It's a whole bunch of money out there that you could be collecting if you did X, Y, Z. And so that's what I wanted to chop it up with you about.
Well, let's
But
chop it
let's
up
chop
then.
it up. Yeah, I don't want nothing out of it. I don't need. Hey, I'm just trying to tell you, how to do it.
Tell me off of here.
Yeah. So let me see. Do I want to get this game out over the broadcast, or do I want to want to talk about this? Yeah. So this will still be on everyone's merit on them in terms of how many views they can garner. So this is okay. This is okay. We're gonna educate tonight. Okay. So if you have a podcast or you have some type of online show that is on YouTube, what you want to do is create a theme song. It could be an instrumental, it could be words on it, it could be whatever. And so it could be piano keys. So if you want to, you see some of the social media creators, they'll do a scene and you'll hear this set of piano keys. Well, that's all it takes. Nobody said you had to rap. Nobody said you had to sing. How many you think all these Jewish people collecting all this money? They don't sing, rap, none of that. Okay, so this is money, and you just happen to be living in the musical capital of America with the highest population of black people. So you probably want to get some of this money. I don't know, but I'm gonna explain it to you anyway. All right. So if you're on YouTube and you got a show or you got some type of content, you want to create original music. It could be instrumental, like I said, just a few keys. You don't have to even be. It don't even have to make sense. It don't have to be jamming or none of that. It could just be a mood creator. Okay, and so you're gonna put this in at the beginning of the show. Now we just talked about the content ID system. Is gonna pick up and identify what this piece of music is, who owns it, and where the money's supposed to go to. So this is aside from money, YouTube monetization. YouTube monetization, we talking about RPMs. We talking about rate per milli, MILLE, not rate per million, rate per milli. And Tamara knows all about this. And so that's a whole separate set of revenue that Tamara and everybody knows about. That's cool. But guess what? We got a whole nother world over here that you should be collecting money from, and that's the world of music. And so for every view, guess what? Guess what? Guess what? The standard federal copyright rate will probably end up being higher than your YouTube RPM rate. This is a lock rate decided by federal judges. It does not break or bend. So there's a federal copyright rate for each one of these songs every time it plays. And that doesn't pivot. Like YouTube is going to take it up and down in terms of RPM engagement, how long they watch. That's going to be a variable. But we're talking about a hard rate. We're talking about a hard copyright rate. So this is what we're guaranteed to get. This is what they don't want you to know. This is so they can send you to go kill somebody so you can be a star. They don't want you to know this. So we got a lot of cleaning up to do. We got a lot of work to do. Ain't no time for hating. Ain't no time for no sucker shit. You know. Let's get up with me. You feel what I'm saying? Get up with me. Y'all know how to find me. Get up with me. And we'll get it together. But all of the creators out there, you gotta go put a theme song. You gotta put a theme song and put the song out as normal through your distribution. Some of y'all using CD Baby, some of y'all using DistroKid. Put the song out so that it's locked into the content ID system, and you're getting credit for it. And so we're gonna progress on. It's so much information, but at least I can tell y'all how to start to set this up. Start to set this up correct.
Okay. I'm gonna put
So
you
you
on
gotta
mute.
have a theme song. Got some play guitar, play piano. Come up with something you like. Play it at the beginning of the Real Talk with Tamara show. Make sure you own 100% of it. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Well, Mr. N, I appreciate you coming through. I got you on mute again because it's doing an echo. I appreciate you coming through. Is there anything else that you would like to say?
No, I think we touched on a lot of stuff, you know. I think I shouted everybody out. Um Definitely proud of all the content creators, man, and y'all doing a great job. And I don't think any of y'all knew that y'all was gonna get paid and be big as you became, but it just goes to show that doing what you feel in your heart and putting the face behind it, it just goes to show what happened. And now, you know, you got all of y'all command the audience. So, you know, let's get more people involved, man. Y'all get over me. Y'all know how to find me. We'll do part two. And that's it, man. Oh, and the Enology show, which will go into a lot of this and gives the outlook on a lot of things, technology wise, real information. Cause see, I don't like. Let me say this here. This voice is for it's for teaching and it's for giving valuable information. It's not for satire, gossip, and little boo boo them is clicked up with someone. I don't give a good goddamn who clicked up with it. Fuck them niggas. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's the last F bomb I'm gonna drop for the night. But forget them people. Forget all that negative stuff. You feel what I'm saying? Forget all that, bro. You feel what I'm saying? I don't wanna. We ain't doing none of that. That ain't popular. That ain't even popping. All that cap ass, that ain't even popular. That ain't even popular, bro. Ain't nothing popping about 2-on-1 popular. Ain't nothing popping about going to the penitentiary. Bro, ain't nothing popping about none of that. You feel what I'm saying? It's lame. Yeah, it's lame. Y'all starting to act like a bunch of ugly ass niggas who didn't have no clothes and girls at school, and then the fresh nigga put on the clothes, and then that you want to kill me. God damn. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's starting to make me think that this is about ugly and pretty. One dude short with a big head, you're ugly. That's the big problem out of all this. And you hate this nigga here dressed up, got clothes. He almost 6 foot tall. You know what I'm saying? Real player. You feel what I'm saying? And you don't like see, y'all make me starting to think this about, cause I see y'all a lot of these women throw their lives away for ugly niggas. So y'all making me starting to think this what this about. Yeah. I'm just saying. That what y'all, there was the big black ugly folks and versus the fly swab. I don't know. It's starting to make me think this about you. You're ugly inside too. You see what I'm saying?
They said 10-gallon head.
Huh?
They said 10-gallon head.
Yeah, you make that for real though. This what this it's starting to feel like. It seems like after so much time, bro. Like, bro, was you really one of them niggas in school that mind was just ugly and just wanted to fight everybody? You feel me? Cause you got money. Listen, when you got money and you got, you know what I'm saying? What is you uptight like that about? Yeah, cause you ugly. Yeah, I'm starting to realize that what this about. Hey man, just things I be. It's just my opinion. It's just, as I say, But that's the vibes I get to Tamara. I didn't call you Tamara. I don't know what you gonna be next. But listen, but that's the vibes I'm getting. I'm starting to get. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Do
Yeah,
you
what
think they
y'all?
got any regrets?
Huh?
You think they got any
Any what
regrets?
about what they were did or what they was involved with or something?
What they did?
Nah, cause they hard still ugly, and they is too. They hard ugly. You see what I'm saying? It's some bad women with some ugly hearts. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So get what? Once I discovered it, you ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't turn me on like that no more. Cause yeah. So it's the same thing. You know. So yeah, that's what that's but on the real though, on some player shit, on being from North Memphis and Fraser and you know what I'm saying, the type of vibes I'm getting here, the ugly ass nigga versus the players, bro. Now y'all can take that. Then y'all can take that and do what y'all want to do with it. You heard me? But it started to look like that's what it started to look like, bro.
I
Hey
just
man,
got one more thing before you go.
go ahead.
What do you think Juke meant by rather than face me, you rather snake me? He said that less than 24 hours before he was unfortunately killed.
Yo, God, you know your brother finna get on the stand. You know that. That's what you meant. That 42 Doug show talking about y'all don't fold. Yes, he did. He finna get on the stand, my brother. He finna get on the stand. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. His ass was going to jail one.
Hmm.
And that was dead on that. Yeah, that was dead on that. That was dead on that. If you give a statement, they're gonna explain to you that you may be called to testify. Now, do you agree to come take the stand in the case of this person going to trial? Yes, I do. Okay, well, sign right here. Okay, that's it. That's it. And you can't make no statement. Don't back it up. You're gonna back it up. You're gonna back it up on the oath. You're willing to take the stand. I know y'all don't want to hear that. I know it's like alcohol on a sore. But if you don't live in truth, what will you become? So I gotta give you the truth. Too much candy coating. Need some medicine. Shit don't taste good. The mind told, man.
Which
Don't
way?
you now everybody out there listening, don't you go do nothing to put yourself in a situation where you gotta tell.
Hmm.
Nah. See, they ain't want it as bad as me. That's why I'm still on fire. Cause they ain't never wanted bad as me. Hey. So it ain't about all that other stuff. It's about what's inside of you, And hey man, I'm calling a meeting because I done figured out it's the ugly ass nigga versus the players, man. Now, well, that's what we finna talk about on the internet tomorrow. You heard me? Yeah, man. Why you? Hey, that boy could have had Rihanna. He was too short. You heard me? You heard me? He had his shot. He had his shot. No, man, she can't. They want something tall now. They gonna tell you straight out they want some 6 foot now. They ain't gonna even play with you like that. They gonna tell you they want some 6 foot. They all over social media every single day. You got to qualify. Yeah, so
What's your height?
now. You ain't gotta ask that now. You should know this, Tomato. I'm 6'3".
How you tall?
I'm 6'3". That was my driver license say.
Okay. Okay. I didn't
I
run
didn't
your.
run your.
Oh, I thought y'all be doing all that type of stuff. I don't be knowing what I talk to everybody like they the police. Hey, what's up now? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, okay, who now? Hernandez go. Bitch, I don't know what you talking about. You heard me. Listen, boy, listen. Y'all don't know who y'all. I trained these. I trained them for media training. Tamil. I trained all of them. First time they walked to the radio station, started talking about. I guided them. Everybody around.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you get me on her, you know, you know.
All right, Mr. Ian. I'm gonna have to put you on mute. Hold on.
Yeah, you get it, man. We didn't win.
Mr. N, I have really enjoyed you being on here. We got to have you back again sometime real soon. You did 3 hours. I really thought you was gonna come on here and do 30 to 45 minutes, but you really you did your thing this time. You do your thing every time because we enjoyed you on Stan G and all of that. I'm glad that you came on.
Yeah, well, I didn't even know we did 3 hours, but you know, I was just light footing. You know what I'm saying? We's a whole lot more to talk about, and I appreciate it, and I wanted to let it also know that we all together. Okay, so let's do this right here. Real Talk with Tamara is the sister channel. We got Stan G. O. Man. We got Pop Austin Media. We got the Dolph for Justice channel. We got True Results. And we got Munchie with the track Hawk. Hey, man, it's Memphis, man. It's Memphis. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace. I love
Thank
y'all,
you,
man.
darling. Shout out to Mr. N for coming in and doing his for coming in and for doing his thing on the Real Talk with Tamara show. He kicked some knowledge. He dropped some gems. I mean, he was really he didn't dodge no question that I asked him. They said, "Where is Steven?" It's 10 o'clock. Steven probably sleep. He goes to sleep early. He didn't dodge no questions. Okay. This was a really good interview. He says he's gonna come back and do a part two. Okay. I don't know how long that's gonna take. But he says that he's gonna come back and do a part two. So guys, listen, hey, um, I definitely appreciate him coming through. And the people came out tonight. Let me see how many likes we got. Um y'all run the likes up, hit the like button, support the channel. We got a campaign going on, so make sure you guys support the channel, okay? Also, if you want to hit up the Cash app, definitely shout out to Mr. N for coming through and dropping GMs and answering you all's questions and answering the questions that I asked him, those that he could answer. She said I gotta catch him early next time. They said where justice for Dolph at? Um, It's a real talk with Tamara with 13 days to go. For you, do I think Govan taking it to trial? Um, well, I'm gonna say this. Yeah, he just left Cyprus. I'm gonna say this because they got Cornelia scheduled for August the 18th. I would think that. I guess it's gonna be a trial. Thank you, Angel, the real boss. Y'all run the likes up. We at some point we had over 400 people in the chat. Over 400. And we barely got 200 likes. Y'all run cuz I was looking at the back studio like and it was up here. We had over 400 people in the chat at one time. And we barely got over 200 likes, y'all. For those of y'all that are still left in here, it's about almost about 300. Y'all, please hit the like button and run the likes up for me. I don't know. It's saying in the back chat we've had 1,900 people to come through here and view this video. So I appreciate all of the love. I see like everybody, all of my day ones in the chat, that really come in here and support me. I see Hitta, I see of course Diane, Nene Loyal, Miss Muffin, TB21, True Bleeds, M Rose, Angel the Real Boss, Chocolate. Did I say Miss Muffin? Althea, uh, John Brown, Snoozy Cake, Big Pressure, Joy Loves God, Shan, Tyranny, Diane Wright, Cypress TV, None Your Business. I'm trying to go all the way back up. Like I've had so many people to come through. My moderators absolutely rock. I saw Great Face up in here, the real T. Everybody, Divine Black Rose, Indigo, all of y'all absolutely rock. These are a lot of the people that have been here to support me from like almost every time that I come on. These are a lot of the names that I see in the chat. Marcus, did I say Dub, JJ, Duke Main, like these, Nene Lawyer, like these are a lot of the people that's here just about every time. And I appreciate that. Cypress TV. These are my day ones that just rock out with me, whether I got 400 people in the chat or if I got 40. They rocks out with a sister. And then they'll come up and help me out when I want to shop and all of that. Okay. And they'll help to make the show and make it fun. So whether it's 40 or 400, we always have fun. And my day ones always support me and just rock out with me and make this channel what it is. Shout out to Mr. N for coming through and not dodging any questions, right? Um, it said Mr. N said the players. Mr. N got chose up on. I saw Stan G in here. Of course, Auntie, we love chopping it up. Thank you. I saw Stan G in here earlier. Stan G comes through and support a sister. Um, I appreciate that because he didn't come through and say, "Oh, I had Mr. N on my channel first. Now he over there." No, he came through and he was supportive. So I appreciate Stan G for coming through, being supportive. Steven, um, all of you all, just for rocking out with me. I appreciate that so much. Okay, I do. I appreciate it. Cypress is saying, drop the link. Lord have mercy, Cypress. We're gonna be on for like 20 more minutes, okay? I'm gonna send the link, but we're gonna be on 20 minutes. Cause thank you, Big True Dad. Shout out to Big True Dad for coming through here. Y'all talk about tall. Now, Big True Dad about 8 feet tall. Y'all seen his hands and stuff? He big and tall. I was looking at True Dad hands one day. I said, dog, True Dad got some big old hands. He for real, he is about 7 feet. Thank you, True Dad. Y'all run the likes up. The people that are still in here, please run the likes up. Let me get Cypress the link, see what he got to say, because I ain't got sleepy. I got to take a shower, but I'm gonna let Cypress. Cypress want to get something off his chest. Let's see, Cypress, be nice. Cypress, I send it to you. Thank you, Jonathan, the real boss. Cypress, I sent it to you. Now it's taking them too long to get up here. Yeah, Cypress, something else. Yeah, but shout out, Mr. Ian dropped some knowledge. I'm glad I did mention that real estate stuff. He said he gonna come back through and finish teaching us about it. What's up, the site dog?
What's going on? You
I
just know
did,
I had.
Marcus. Thank you so much for the cash app. I just looked at that. Thank you, Marcus, for the cash app. I appreciate that.
You know I just had to show up. But no. First and foremost, I want to say shout out to everybody who came and supported this tonight. Shout out to everybody who came through, hit the like button, and just really chilled out, ran it up. Salute to
Thank you, Big
everybody.
Pressure. Big Pressure said, dope interview. He don't care what you about to say, Cypress, because they say you coming up here to hate.
Well, shout out to Justin for those who just left the field.
You know what? You know why I don't believe? Because he said Dolph for justice, so he kind of said the name wrong. So I don't
Yeah,
believe.
he switched it up so he wouldn't blow his own cover. That's a Memphis, that's a Memphis nigga for you. Shout out to Justin McDonald for just leaving the building. We understand you didn't want to blow your cover. We get it, man. But no, overall, shout out to everybody that showed up, supported tonight. I just didn't get the part where he said why he went from they approached you, then you just had a dream. I don't know, I didn't get that, but yeah. Overall, it was good. I liked it.
Yeah, he didn't. You know what? He didn't dodge any questions.
I was
That I
surprised.
asked him. I mean, he stood tall. I mean, he didn't have any issues with letting it be known that he had issues with. He didn't backpedal on nothing with Gotti.
Well, he wasn't supposed to. He probably knew I was in the building.
He didn't backpedal on none with Gotti, and but hey, you and him agree on the same thing. Mr. N ain't never heard you say that. You said when you first started coming up here, God is selfish.
Yeah, he's a selfish asshole. He know it. I know it.
Well, Mr. N basically just said the same thing. It all boils down to he's real selfish.
Yeah,
Y'all are two North Memphis dudes. Hey, I don't know how old Mr. Ian is, but Mr. Ian was around him. When you first started coming on the channel, you was like, got it real selfish.
yeah, he always been that way. He gonna most likely gonna die that way. Hell, I'm gonna feel. But yeah,
He got too old to change, huh?
yeah. Once a person set in their way, it is what it is. Hey, it was a good interview. He dropped some gems. I hope y'all caught a lot of that. I can't speak on it, but he dropped a lot. Y'all ain't gonna get me hanging from a tree.
I know. Listen. There's a lot of stuff I didn't even ask him to elaborate on.
Nah, really,
He wasn't scared to drop them. It's just some things you don't really need to know.
hell no, he was actually throwing it out there. You just gotta catch it.
And as a matter of fact, he wasn't beating around the bush. He was putting it out there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was very straightforward. So, but he said he got security around him 24/7.
I know he do.
So you heard him say your boy gave a statement.
Well, that's probably why he.
Both of your boys gave a statement. He said.
Who we talking about?
Well, he said Juke gave a statement, and his brother was getting ready to. His brother, he think his brother agreed to give a statement or something.
Well, he think
I don't
Gotti
want to misquote it.
He said, "Well, so what do you think? Gotti agreed to give a statement?"
Right. That's he's saying he think that's what he meant when Juke said rather than face me, you rather snake me. Then Moneybag Yo post up that Juke said you can't trust family.
Yeah. So basically, they about to just turn on each other in front of the world. Well, that ain't surprising when it is everything in there. But yeah, man. Shout out to Justice for Dolph coming through tonight.
Shout out to Mr. Ian. He did a really good job. And everything in this video is allegedly, okay? For entertainment purposes only, everything is allegedly, okay? In case folks tries to get sensitive.
Well, it ain't a legend that just for Dolph just left. Shit.
That's
that
it. I don't believe Mr. Ian is justice for dog.
that's my truth, and I'm sticking to it.
Maybe those are some of his interns.
Right, right.
It could be.
I believe none of it. Now, so you gonna lie tomorrow, Justice for Dolph gonna show up.
Well, I mean, Justice for Dog seemed to have an issue with Quet. Mr. N don't seem to have no issues with Quet.
Okay. Okay.
As soon as the
All
case,
right.
I appreciate him for giving you a great interview before he go on them bigger platforms volume wise. Yeah. Shout out to Mr. N. I appreciate that. That was awesome.
Shout out to J4D. J4D coming through. He dropped some gems. I hope y'all called me. Said them bosses was mad. I wonder what they talking about, y'all. Somebody give me a clue.
I don't know. I got scared he was gonna say who it was because I don't think he was scared to say it. I just told him don't say it. Don't worry about it. I don't want to know who the bosses are.
He said the bosses are what? So that was at the table.
He just said they older.
Of course they are.
Okay, nothing. Let me see. She said I had to cash app you the super chat wouldn't let me.
That's a woman.
I don't know if nothing is a woman. Thank you. No, I don't think nothing is a woman.
Okay.
Nothing is a man.
Um,
Thank you, OG Snake Spotter.
Shout out to OG Snake Spotter. The bosses was mad that they. I'm glad you caught that, the reality. The bosses was mad that they got rid of Dolph and turned around. It was a cold game, man. Tampa.
Thank you, KD.
Yeah.
I wonder why the real bosses didn't hit his brother.
Because he's the intelligent one. He got the security around him. That's why.
Mm. Anyways, you going live tonight?
Yep. Yep. So Justice for Dolph also join us if you got some free time.
He say, "Unc, you already know I'll catch it."
Um,
But this was a good show. It was not normally I be feeling a certain way about interviews or whatever. It was just real smooth. I think it was he was very informative. Especially dropping game on how to get more money on YouTube. I appreciate that.
when I'm finna go live. I'm finna go live now. Oh, hell. Yeah.
All right, you
But
all.
yeah, y'all know I had to come
Y'all
through
hit
her
the
and
like button. I got to see how many likes we got. We should have over 300 likes, but we don't. Y'all, please hit the like button. I would have thought that we would have over 300 likes, but we don't.
yeah, but I'm gonna holler at y'all when I pop out, man. Been fun. I enjoyed it. We gotta do it again.
Thank you, Great Face. Great Face
Mm.
said, I was like, what Great Face said? I said, I know I saw you a little bit earlier. And I was like, I think I saw him in here earlier. And then I didn't see you in here no more. I was like, I wonder what happened to Great Face. He's just sitting back in the chat observing. But I guess you had to leave. Thank you, DJ Sips off for the cash app. See, the more y'all give me cash apps, y'all make me want to stay on a little bit longer. But Cypress and them are get ready. Come on, I'm real. As y'all can hear it in my voice, I'm real tired. I am. I'm very tired. Thank you, M Rose. I appreciate that so much.
Shout out to y'all, but I'm up out of here, man. She man Cypress. Just had y'all know I had to come through her, do what I do, but I'm out of here.
Okay, Cypress. Thank you for coming up.
All right, man.
Shout out to Mr. N for coming through and giving a really good interview. I appreciate that so much. You if you all could give me up to 300. Yeah, stop, girl. If you all could give me up to Rainbow, shut the hell up. If you all can give me up to 300 likes, I would appreciate that so much. That helps to kick the video out into the algorithm. As I said, I appreciate all of the people that supported the channel, all of my moderators for rocking out. I got some of the best moderators on YouTube. They're the gatekeepers of the chat. They help to keep out they do a good job at keeping out the bad energy so that I can focus on what I need to focus on as far as delivering, right? They keeps me from cussing folks out all the time. Okay. Thank God for that. I appreciate that. So I just appreciate the energy of everybody in the chat though. For the most part, everybody that comes into the chat, they give out a good energy. Most people that give out a bad energy, you know, they they try to stay away. Thank God. So hopefully it stays like that. Those that like to give out bad energies, and everybody in the bushes don't give out bad energy. They just don't like coming into the chat. They said Mr. N wasn't ducking no smoke. No, he was not ducking no smoke. Shout out to Mr. N. Thank you, ZK. I appreciate that so much. The trolls acted really nice because they wanted to get some information. Okay. They wanted to listen to Mr. N real good. So that they could get information so that they could put on their shows. Mr. N fed a lot of people real good tonight. So they're gonna try to eat off of a lot of the stuff that was said on here, for weeks. They're gonna fish fillet it. They're gonna stretch it out real good. They're gonna fillet it on one side, and then after they exhaust all that, they're gonna turn around and say the opposite of what they said and fish fillet it on another side. That's how they do it, and then start chewing the damn bones. Okay. Thank you, Diane. Right, y'all know how I get. Anyways. But it's 10:30. I think Cypress said he's getting ready to come on. You guys, I appreciate you all. I'll be on again tomorrow night. I want to take me a shower and get in bed because I was tired. Okay. I love you guys. Thank y'all for hanging out with me tonight. I'll talk with you later.